And it looks like Governor Rick Perry.
I can't promise it's the most gourmet sandwich in the world, but if you get starving, there you go.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Can I still claim the meal penalty?
I think we're going to do OTEs today.
I'm teasing you. You know me, I'm up for anything, honey.
All right, so that does appear to be Governor Rick Perry, and I'm not familiar with the other faces on the screen, but I am familiar with I'm from Texas, so.
Mr. Perry, yeah. You had an interesting moment. Was it yesterday or the day
Oh, it
before?
was so funny.
I'm waiting for that to be on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, well, that's what Al said.
Yeah.
All right, back to the choir.
All right, you were just listening to the choir. Looks like they're warming up for the big swearing-in ceremony here. And what are we at now? 2.5 hours? 2 hours from now? I mean, we're getting close to when the actual ceremony will start beginning. But you can see people already taking their seats and getting ready on this day in Washington D.C. And there we go. Is this a live picture from outside the church, I believe?
Yes, it is.
Oh, there it is, the USA hat.
He's got his 45 hat. It says 45 on the side.
There we go. So let me break it down for you, in case you're just joining us right now, what the schedule looks like right now. Right now, President-elect Trump and Vice President-elect Mike Pence are attending a church service. Kinsey was showing you earlier. This is where...
And do you recognize him? He's Dan Quayle.
Dan Quayle, there we go. A lot of people in Arizona will recognize Dan Quayle.
Yes.
So President-elect Trump, Vice President-elect Mike Pence are at church right now. They will go ahead. We're expecting them to leave here in the next couple minutes, honestly, because scheduled to start at 7:30 was a meeting with Trump, Obama, and Michelle Obama, along with Pence. They'll be going to a tea reception hosted by President Obama, and this will be at the White House. So this will sort of be the last I guess, private reception that they have before the swearing-in ceremony. And then the swearing-in ceremony begins at noon, and we're expecting that. We're expecting what we're saying. I don't know exactly the figure of how many people were there, but I know we're expecting a lot of notable figures to be there.
Minus 70 plus. Minus 70 plus.
Minus 70 plus.
Yeah, because there are a lot of Democrats that are refusing to show up.
Sure.
But hey,
sure.
do you know who I saw out there?
Who?
Our own Sheriff Joe Arpaio.
Sheriff Joe, yeah, he had a picture yesterday on his Twitter account. He was there at the concert. He was there. We know a lot of people from Arizona specifically. We're streaming from Phoenix right now. We know a lot of Democratic figures here in Arizona weren't going. We know a lot of people from Arizona who are Republicans were going. We know our Governor Doug Ducey. He was there a couple days ago. I'm not sure really his role and where he will be at today regarding the inauguration and the ceremonies and everything. But we did see him there a couple days ago. So Mackenzie just threw up the question on the screen. We wanted to read some of your questions as we await the next picture of Donald Trump heading to the White House. So, question, we want to hear your comments. Will Donald Trump be a good president? We know there's a lot of high expectations like there are for any other president, like there was in 2008 for President Obama and Bush before that and Clinton. We know there's high expectations, but do you feel like these expectations are higher just based on his platform that he ran this past year? So we want to hear from you guys in the comments. We're going to take a look at them.
And Sarah Ottman already saying, I hope he will be. Congrats, President Donald Trump.
Yep. Yep.
So hearing from some of you guys already on YouTube and Facebook. And I think that my computer might make a noise here because I just opened up a video. Brianna is excited that we are streaming from Phoenix. I'm assuming that Brianna is also from Phoenix.
Hi, Brianna.
Thanks so much for watching. Monica says, Monica Soto, big change is always good. Mm-hmm. John, that red hat is freedom. Have been waiting for this day, says Osiris Mitchell. And he also says, I think he'll do amazing things for this country. Daniela, God bless our president.
Yeah, you're looking at that picture right now. You can definitely see a lot of red hats out there. A lot of red hats. It looks cold. I mean, like I said, we're here in Phoenix, so anything is cold for us, really below 60 degrees. But everyone is bundled up. I mean, just looking at that site, I mean, I think today will be one of those days, and a lot of people were talking about it, is where were you when Donald Trump was sworn in? You know, where were you during the ceremony?
I was with Rudy.
I was with Kinsey. I think this will be regardless of, I think your political feelings or your personal feelings on Donald Trump.
We got an interesting shot here. It looks like this is.
Looks like the motorcade's about to start or has already started.
Right.
I'm not sure if Trump sort of snuck away from the back, but it definitely looks like they're on the move.
So yeah, we want you to see that because it's a little behind the scenes. So if you can tell that the reporter doesn't know she's on, that's because it's a little bit behind the scenes, and we lost that shot. Yeah. But in case we get it back, I'm going to take you there. We're going to be showing you some raw footage again. We have a little wall full of satellite feeds.
Hey, and there's the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys are here today.
And my number one team, no matter who beats them.
Yeah.
We have a wall full of satellites, and I'm just going to take you there. So if something cuts out, I'm going to take you to the next thing. Don't fret, don't leave us. But we've got multiple different shots from throughout Washington, D.C., and I'm going to take you there. I'm going to give you different aspects of what's going on today because it's a busy day for the president-elect, moments away from being our president.
Yep, and we were like we told you, we are in Phoenix, and we have local crews here in Phoenix, around Arizona, who are out and about gather in local content for the inauguration. We've been told of possible some rallies, some protests that will happen in Phoenix this morning. If that does happen, we'll bring that to you live. Obviously, we don't want to interrupt anything that's happening in D.C., so if it's appropriate, we will go ahead and bring that to you live. Again, we're not sure if those are even going to happen. There has been talks of being some rallies and protests this morning in Phoenix, so we will keep you posted on that. And, of course, if anything else happens across the nation, we have a giant wall of monitors that we're looking at right now, and we'll make sure that we'll keep you posted. But look at that shot. I mean, what time do you think these people got out here this morning to get these seats?
The sun was not up. That's how much I know. Lacey Living Good comments, you people wanting Trump to fail are out of line. Would you want the pilot on the plane to fail, or the teachers teaching your kids? Why would you want the man that's about to take over as our president to? So some debate going on in the chat room in regards to the next 4 years, which is something we've been asking you on Facebook too. Where do you see the country in the next 4 years? It's an interesting question, and a lot of you are hopeful, and then there are some of you that have doubts. But we welcome all opinions, and we appreciate your comments. And then someone says tamales are good.
I like tamales.
We absolutely love tamales. So
Tamales are great.
Victor Hernandez, thank you for your contribution.
Yeah, tamales are great. I love tamales. I had too many during Christmas time, though, I'll be honest. Too many.
So does this shot to you, because we are not being informed as to what it is, but that is a beautiful carpet. Does this shot to you look like it is exiting their church or entering T, or?
I can't really, I'm not really too familiar, to be honest, with sort of D.C. area.
Well, you can see the press riser too. Actually, I'm going to move those emojis for you for just a moment. Actually, just a moment, so you can take a look at the press behind the bush, gearing up for somebody important. It's obviously not Rudy, because he's sitting right here.
No, I don't think that's for me. Unfortunately, I don't think that's for me.
Oh, take a look at this.
Yeah, that looks. There's the motorcade.
Right.
So this is obviously them leaving the church, heading towards the White House. And for me, I mean, I've seen some motorcades in person drive by. It's always so fascinating to me how it's so synchronized. I mean, you see these all the time, but I mean,
all I know is when President Barack Obama, came to LA, I just locked my doors for the entire day because it shut down, his motorcade shut down traffic.
You locked your doors.
I locked my doors because I knew I wasn't going to get out and go anywhere. I knew. I was like, I'll sit in traffic for the next 24 hours. Mm-hmm. It's such an ordeal.
Yeah, I was in Chicago when President Obama gave his farewell speech. I wasn't there for the farewell speech, but I was there when all the roads were closed. I was actually just trying to get to the airport. And Biden, actually, I was at Chicago Midway, and Biden was flying into Chicago Midway at the same time. But, I mean, it's such a synchronized thing where these routes, I mean, obviously it's a little bit easier in D.C., but, whenever we see, a political figure that has a motorcade coming to a different city like a Phoenix or, in New York, there's so much things that have to be planned out, make sure the route's okay, make sure, security-wise everything is up to speed before this happens. So, Kinsey, I was just reading, I just wanted to see what President-elect Donald Trump was tweeting so far this morning. And his only thing that he tweeted this morning, and I quote, it says, "It all begins today."
Look.
Oh, and here we go. There we go.
Aw. I love seeing that.
And it looks like it might be a Tiffany's box right there that...
I noticed that box. Of course I did. I noticed that box earlier when they got out of the van to go into church. I noticed that box immediately.
Yeah.
I said that goals.
Yeah, goals. Yeah, and then let's go. Looks like the motorcade on that channel right there is probably bringing. We're expecting Pence to be here as well.
Yes.
So Pence might be coming along as well.
And
but
maybe if I'm gonna drop that lower third for a moment for you so you can take a look at all of the activity outside. No? We're gonna go back.
But that was a cool moment right there to see, those two presidents with the FLOTUS and future FLOTUS, sort of on this historic day. And there's right there, I believe that's the Bush family. Is that the Bush family right there?
Is that Laura?
I think that's Laura Bush right there.
I don't know.
I think that was Laura. Yeah,
oh yes, that is
Laura.
her.
Yeah.
Can you hear the smile on my face?
So let me again
go back to the tweets.
Yeah,
Rudy's on Tweet Watch.
I'm on Tweet Watch right now. So the only thing that President-elect Trump has tweeted today, it all begins today. I will see you at 11 a.m. for the swearing in. The movement continues. The work begins. And that's other than last night. He thanked everyone for a wonderful evening in Washington D.C. and had a couple photos from his big day yesterday. So. President-elect Trump pretty quiet this morning on social media.
Well, he's busy, Rudy.
I know, but
he's got things to do, Rudy.
That doesn't stop him from tweeting.
Are you tweeting during tea time with Barack Obama?
I haven't had that opportunity. I don't know if I probably would live stream it, honestly.
All right, Sherry Collins, thank you for responding to our Facebook question. She says, it is time to band together and support our new president to ensure that he does the job he has been elected to do. All the violence, negativity, and vulgar comments are not going to change anything. So pull up your bootstraps and hold on for the ride of your life. Time to move forward. God bless America. And look at George W. Bush there.
George W. Bush, yeah. And his, as we all know, his dad's still in the hospital, I believe.
Yeah, that's the last I heard. He was still in the hospital, but he did have that sweet post telling everybody that he's doing much better, and that his mom was 1,000 times better. We heard that yesterday.
That's good news. Great news. And President Bush going ahead and talking to all the U.S. Capitol Police. Even saw him give him a pat on the back to one of those guys.
I love that he does that. That's so sweet.
I mean, while he was in office, obviously he was a little bit different. I feel like that he's out of office now. He's a little bit more just go with the flow. Hey, how's everything going? How you doing?
He paints pictures of dogs.
Yeah, I mean
that's everything.
Yeah. So obviously we're expecting, and I'm not sure exactly where they're going right now, but obviously we're expecting, past presidents to be there. We're expecting, we see President Bush there, President Clinton will also be there today with Hillary.
Shout out to my mom. She just commented on the Facebook feed, so thank you for watching, Mom.
That's great. So right now, the Obama family and the Trump family, and we're expecting Pence as well. We haven't seen Pence actually arrive. They're all having some tea together, or coffee. I'm not sure really what their preference is, but tea, coffee. So we won't obviously get an inside look at that. The next time we'll see, I believe the next time we'll see Trump and Obama together will actually be at the swearing-in ceremony. And I'm just looking right now. Not too much on social media. I was trying to look and see what was coming from the POTUS account. Let me go ahead and read to you. I'm not sure if you want to pull up the POTUS account if you can on your screen.
Yeah.
I'll start reading to you a couple. President Obama, in the last hour actually, did a series of tweets from his account. Will probably be the last tweets from his account, from the POTUS account. Let me go ahead and read it to you as Kinsey sort of gets them on the screen. This is from President Obama. It's been the honor of my life to serve you. You made me a better leader and a better man. I won't stop. I'll be there with you as a citizen, inspired by your voices of truth and justice, good humor and love. As we look forward, I want our first steps to reflect what matters most to you. I'm still asking you to believe, not in my ability to bring about change, but in yours. I believe in change because I believe in you. So I would imagine that will be his last tweet from the POTUS account from President Obama.
Well, we'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah, and he's sort of going out with a lot of,
Well, he went out with a link to Obama.org.
He did. He also did that, but his very last tweet which I noticed has the word change in it twice, which obviously was a big
hope and change.
Hope and change for him. It was a big platform for him while he was running. So, take a look at the motorcade here. We still haven't seen Pence arrive.
I know. You've mentioned that 7 times, so
I know. I'm waiting for Pence.
Your Your affection for Mike Pence is...
I'm just curious to know where he is.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's something really beautiful about all of this tradition, and I've noticed that with Donald Trump, a lot of things are coming, and he's shaking a lot of things up. But I do hope that there's Eric and his wife.
Okay.
I do hope that they continue with some of this tradition, because it's really beautiful and powerful to watch, and just to imagine the people that went through this same process before is something really special. I mean, just the simple transfer of power. Don Jr. right there, and he has got the most precious family.
I like the tie on his son. I like it.
But just the simple transfer of power, and that's what a lot of the people have criticized, with the fact that people would refuse to go to this event, that it's not about President-elect Trump or President Donald Trump.
There's Ivanka right there with her husband.
Jared. But it's about the country and the process and democracy.
Sure. I mean, I think going off what Kinsey is saying, I think no matter what your political views are there, we can see more of the Trump family, Tiffany and Don. I think Eric was in there too. I think regardless of your political views, this is a day that, like I said earlier, you will always remember where you were when you saw President-elect Trump being sworn in. I always remember, all the presidents. I remember when President Obama was elected or sworn in 2008. I still remember exactly where I was for that. There's certain moments I feel like in, whether it be political history or just U.S. history, you remember these events.
Yeah.
And I think this will definitely be a day that people remember for a while.
I love all of our presidents, but the one, I see the amazing qualities in all of them, but the last inauguration that I specifically remember is I don't know which one, I was little, but one of Bill Clinton's, and that being a big deal at school. So this is the first time really since then that I've been heavily invested in this process, and it's exciting to see. And we actually have kids from Arizona that are out there to actually see this in real life, and I'm kind of jealous.
Yeah, it would be great to be out there today. I mean, to see something like that in person, that's something that you'll never forget. I mean, we're watching on TV, and it's obviously no matter what the circumstances, it's always better to be there in person. These thousands of people that are going to be gathering, this morning in Washington, it's going to be something else for sure.
Is this Mike Pence?
I've been asking where he's been.
I know.
I'm about to ask him. I'm about to tweet at him.
You might want to tweet him. He sometimes retweets ABC 15. You might just want to go and jump in. You're on his radar.
Hey, I'm a little worried about you. Where are you at?
Just say Pence, VP Pence, ETA. Betsy, so sweet. Betsy Casper talking about how she feels like it's Christmas, her birthday, her children's birthday. Wow. She said she's having a good day. Yeah,
this is a day. If you have followed Trump and sort of been in lack of a better term, on his bandwagon since he started running when he made that announcement at Trump Tower, which seems like 5 years ago now.
Yeah.
This is a day that you have been looking forward to, and I guess probably have known in your heart that this would happen. This is a huge day for a lot of people, and it's something that they have been looking forward to for such a long time. So let me go ahead. Let me break down for you again sort of what the schedule looks like right now.
Oh, look at Kellyanne. Look at how precious that outfit is.
The red hat. Of course she's going to have the red hat on.
That
has to have
outfit is
red hat.
Precious.
Yeah. There we go.
Yasmin says, I'm grateful to be in this country, glad to be alive. God bless America. He will make an awesome president. So Yasmin, responding to our question on the screen, thank you so much for your feedback. We appreciate you.
Not sure who that is. Someone notable. They're taking photos, or it just could be a family photo. Maybe they're just
I know. Do you not have an Instagram account? What would you be doing if you were there?
I would be taking photos. That's true. So let me break down for you what we're expecting. before, so what's happened already this morning. Already this morning, this is all Eastern time, 8:30 a.m., President-elect Trump and Vice President-elect Pence went to church. We showed you earlier pictures, and there's Kellyanne inside. She looks great.
And that was Steve. That was Steve Bannon, who is formerly of Breitbart, that now is with the Trump transition team.
Sure, yeah. So President-elect Trump, President-elect Pence, who I'm still looking for, I don't know where he's at. They've already went to church this morning, and right now, all of them are gathering for a tea reception, Trump and Pence, that will be hosted by President Barack Obama. I'm curious, do you think Trump likes green or black tea?
I think that, well, he's very healthy.
So he probably is a green tea guy.
Yeah, he's very healthy. He hasn't,
So
I don't think he's ever had alcohol in his life. His brother died of alcohol poisoning.
I heard that. Yeah.
And so he's a very healthy man. So whatever the healthiest option is, I don't drink coffee either, so I don't.
I have my Starbucks right here. Yeah, I'm not sure. But anyways, they'll be heading. They're at the tea party right now, or coffee, or tea, or hot chocolate, whatever they're drinking. And then from there, the president-elect and his family will travel to the Capitol for the swearing-in ceremony. So we're awaiting pictures. We're being told that the tea reception will last roughly an hour. So we're expecting them to come out here within the next half hour.
Beyond what their beverage is, I think that the real question is what they will discuss.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point in time,
This is the last conversation they're going to have in person for who knows when.
I mean, he's going to Palm Springs. He's going to have the time of his life in Palm Springs.
Yeah, that's true.
At this point in time, they are saying that there was a peaceful transition.
Yep.
But they also have very different points of view, and they want this to be a pleasant day.
Yep.
So do you avoid politics? Do you talk about family? Do you talk about the last 8 years? I love Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. Like, if I were Obama or Donald Trump right now, I would just be asking the other one questions about themselves.
Yeah.
To try to keep the peace.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just can't imagine what that's like. Because it was a very contentious campaign.
Yeah, very, very much so. And who knows? Maybe Trump is asking Obama, the White House secrets. Hey, where's the best place to do this?
Where can I set up my mini golf set?
Where can I set my mini golf set? Is the bowling alley still working? I don't know. So in about a half hour, we're expecting the families to travel to the U.S. Capitol, and then the swearing-in ceremony starts at noon Eastern time with President-elect Trump and Vice President-elect Pence, along with their families. Obviously, the Obama family will be there. We just saw moments ago George W. Bush and Laura Bush.
We just saw Mike Pence.
Did I miss him? I looked down at my paper for 2 seconds.
April Fools. I didn't see him.
Oh, come on. I'm more on Pence watch. And then after that, once the ceremony is all over, at 1 p.m., actually, I should mention, the Obamas, right when the ceremony concludes, President Trump, Vice President Pence, they say goodbye to the Obamas and the Bidens, and the Obamas will actually board Executive One.
And do you know that that's a one-way?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he gets it. He goes
No, I do. I know. I'm telling you this.
It is a one-way.
Yeah, it's a one-way. He has to find his own flight back.
Well, he has a Secret Service with him now.
From vacay.
I mean, he still has a Secret Service with him.
No, I'm literally telling you that plane is a one-way flight. Like, I read this.
That's interesting. I mean, it makes sense.
I'm not saying he's jumping on a Southwest flight. I'm just saying
hopefully he checked in 24 hours beforehand.
He's mad he got a C. He's like, I checked in yesterday, I got a C. How do I get this A?
There's Kellyanne again.
I'm obsessed with her outfit. I'm telling you right now, I will be Googling it until I own it. I will find... She reminds me of Mary Tyler Moore right now, and I love that.
It's a classic look. It's a very classic look. And, I mean... Kellyanne has been such a prominent figure in the Trump campaign.
The first woman to get a man elected to help the first woman that ran a campaign and had that man be elected. So she is a very prominent figure and has a crazy future ahead of her.
Yeah,
I mean, so much opportunity now.
I think a lot of people were expecting her to be in some. I mean, she obviously does have a role with the Trump campaign.
Her husband as well.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people were probably expecting her. I mean, at one point, I thought possibly she would be the press secretary. You know, I thought that at one point.
Well, at one point, I thought I would be too. But
yeah, you never know.
You know,
I thought that she would, have some type of more defining role, but obviously she will still be involved with Trump in his presidency.
My mom said this morning, does she ever sleep? Because every time you turn on a television, she is on.
Oh, I know. She's on. Every time I turn on TV, she's on some channel, whether it be ABC, CNN, NBC. She's on all the time.
And Trump joked last night at one of the events, who's walking out these doors? Trump joked last night at an event that she is the gutsiest. She is the gutsiest of everybody that works for him, and she will take on all of the mainstream media or all of the media over any of the males that work for him. So she's really the person that he sends out to be his voice, because she's fearless. Are you like Googling where is Mike Pence? Is that why you're quiet?
I'm Googling, yeah. No, he must have already walked in. He must have already. No, I'm just browsing social media to see what some people are tweeting right now. But I mean, a lot of people that I'm looking at that would be tweeting are in DC. They're getting ready for the event, so it's pretty quiet on social media right now. And I'm looking to see if there's anything that's anti-Trump, or any arguments that are going on in the streets of the city. And right now, everything that I can see, it's pretty. We haven't been told of any, type of disturbances in DC.
We don't have any on the satellite feeds.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff. A lot of people riled up about El Chapo.
Yeah, there's not much on social media that I can report. What people are saying on Facebook right now? I know we asked a lot of people earlier the question, will Donald Trump be a good president?
Yeah, there is a lot of discussion about that. Vicky Berry making the comment, all of the Obama's presidency was not perfect, but people were helped. No anger should be going on. It is what it is. So an exchange, the conversation is kind of turned into a comparison between the two presidents, which is hard. All of our presidents seem to be dramatically different. It seems like when it's either more the same or it's a total 180, because you get people that are looking to shake things up.
One thing I'm saying, if you could pull this up, Kinsey, if you could pull up Valerie Jarrett, who is the senior advisor to President Obama, her handle is VJ44. She's been tweeting out some things this morning, and one of the things that I found interesting, and I haven't seen this photo really at all, she tweeted out a photo of 48 minutes ago, the flags that flew the first day and the flags that flew the last day of POTUS 44, and you can see Kenji's going to pull it up right here in a second. The last.
What do you mean? It's already
it's right
up,
there. I'm
Rudy.
sorry. There it is. The last flag flew today, and the first one, which would be back in 2008. So.
What do they do with these flags?
I don't know. I mean, this picture right here, 4 minutes ago, that she also tweeted out. You can see. President Obama and Michelle Obama receiving those flags from the first and last day, and who knows? Those flags, they might go into
a museum or
his future museum.
I love that picture at the top of her page. That's a great picture.
Cool. Yeah,
that's just like that embodies him, because he's just hanging out.
Just hanging out.
That just is very much. He had a very attainable relatable presence throughout the last 8 years. He really connected with a younger audience because of it. Now we're looking at a live look at the Capitol.
There's this red hat, sea of red hats. I think you'll see. I've stopped counting. I was counting at one point how many red hats I saw, but there's just too many to count now.
You can't count past 11:07.
I can't count past. Yeah, I can't count that much. So right now we know that Donald Trump and Melania Trump are inside the White House having tea with President Obama and Michelle Obama. We saw moments ago. Melania actually had a gift.
Tiffany's.
For the Obama.
Tiffany box.
Yeah, big Tiffany box. I wonder what was in that box. What do you think? How much pressure
Happiness.
is that? How much pressure is that to get a gift?
Boehner, there's Boehner.
For Obama.
Boehner is he's missed. He was a quirky personality. Newt Gingrich just passed.
Yep. What do you think they get? What do you think the Trump family got the Obama family?
I'm sure it was like something for the kitchen.
Oh.
It looked like a plate or something.
A plate, yeah. Well.
I had some comments. It's hard to get through some of these other comments. Sue, I think, said he's going to make the best president ever.
And there's Boehner again walking down those stairs. We're going to be here, all morning, all afternoon, give you sort of these behind-the-scenes looks of who's coming, who's arriving.
We're going to show you the actual inauguration.
Yeah, we'll probably show that to you too. No, we will,
and we're not going to talk during it.
We will not.
Enjoy it.
We will
It's
not.
going to be just you and the POTUS.
Yep.
Boehner's wife has a great blowout. Well, I mean, think about it. I know you just laughed at me. But this is such a social event to these people.
Yeah.
I mean, this is,
Absolutely.
I can't remember the last time I was in a room with such important people, because I don't think it's ever happened. Maybe a really great Barrett Jackson.
I'll be there this weekend, yeah.
But again, Newt and his wife filling up.
Yeah, geez.
Look at all these people.
Even just like a half hour ago, there was not that many people. So, wow.
Steve Bannon. Yeah, I know. I'm the type of person that if I can't feel the artist taking a quick turn on the stage, I don't want to purchase the concert ticket. Mm-hmm. And look at how far these people are.
Yeah.
Is it like a big party? Is everybody going to dance and celebrate? Or is it just kind of a professional ceremony?
Yeah. There's Boehner again. There we go. And there's Newt.
He's really stalking our cameras.
He wants to be on ABC 15.
He said, I'm specifically looking for ABC 15. I think that people thought that Newt would have a much more prominent role in the Trump White House based on the amount that he actually physically campaigned with Donald Trump throughout his campaign season. However, we don't know. Maybe he'll accept another position later on. But
yeah.
But he was being considered for some roles that obviously he did not get, or he was not nominated for.
Yep.
And it surprised a lot of people based on just how often we saw him on the campaign trail with the president-elect. I mean, that, again, we talk about his energy. I mean, you're touring like a rock star. You're touring like Ariana Grande.
Yep.
And you're seeing hundreds of people, thousands of people every single night. I mean, I don't know if you remember, sometimes Trump was doing 3 events a day.
Oh, yeah.
And Donald Trump, unlike other candidates, would speak to his audience for over an hour and then jump on a plane and go sleep at a Holiday Inn.
I don't think it was a Holiday Inn.
I know, he did. He did
Okay.
brag about doing that a couple
Okay.
times.
Holiday Inn Express? Or Holiday Inn?
I don't
thought there
know.
was free breakfast in the morning.
But there's Franklin Graham. He's going to be speaking. He does a lot of work with, I watch some of the work he does through Greta Van Susteren. His charity does amazing work all over the world, and he's going to be one of the religious leaders speaking today at the inauguration. Trump has multiple religious leaders speaking, and I think Mr. Graham is going to be really powerful based on some of the content I heard him preview last night. So that's something to look forward
There's
to.
Boehner again. Yeah, Boehner really wants to be on this ABC 15 live stream.
He looks handsome in his red shirt.
I like the red, yeah. It looks very nice. We haven't heard much from Boehner lately. He has been sort of...
But when we do hear from him, it's like it's Joe Biden status. It's so good.
I mean, you can see, I mean, this ceremony doesn't start for another hour and a half. I mean, the ceremony starts before that, but the swearing in doesn't start for another 2 hours. You can see these people sitting down already. And
Jimmy Stitch
getting
says,
ready.
wish I could be there to witness this historic event, but Jimmy, you're with us.
You're with
and
us,
thank you
Jimmy.
so much for watching ABC 15. We're going to bring you all-day coverage, so you can stick with us all day long. And as the events actually begin, Rudy and I are going to sit back and watch it with you.
Yep.
We're going to we'll talk to you on Facebook via the chat room in the comments, so we'll keep up with you that way. But when the actual event starts, we'll turn up the volume so you can enjoy it for yourself. But we're going to be giving you this coverage all day long.
do you think that people want to know what we look like? This is us. We're the voices behind the screen that you've been listening to all morning, so forgive us if you're annoyed with our voices. But we will be quiet once all the ceremonies start beginning. We're just trying to give you some background, some different items that are happening this morning. But that's us. Hi, everybody. So right now, we're expecting in the next 15 minutes
Are you
so.
expecting Mike Pence?
I still haven't seen Pence. He has to be in that tea reception. I'm a little worried. I might tweet him in a second, but we didn't see him actually walk in, so he must have took another way in. But right now, they're at the White House. Pence, Obama, Trump, and the Bidens are all getting together before all of this ceremony begins. Pretty
Manuel's
shortly.
watching us from Atlanta. Manuel,
Hey,
thank you so
Atlanta.
much for tuning in. Lisa Webb says, you guys are doing great.
Oh,
Thank
thanks,
you.
Lisa.
Thanks,
That's
Lisa.
very nice. Tell our bosses that.
Well, you're my boss, so could
That's
you
true.
just reiterate to me that I'm really good. Stacy says, yes, he will make America great again. Now, she is singing the national anthem here in a minute, and was the first artist, Jackie Avancho, I might be saying her last name wrong, but was the first artist to commit to Donald Trump's inauguration. Wasn't she on a reality show?
Like I said, I only watch HGTV.
That's
so
true.
HGTV. If it's not on House Centers, then
She, I believe she was on The Voice. Oh, no, she was on America's Got Talent.
Okay. Yeah, she was obviously younger when she won that show.
But she was one of the first artists to actually commit to the Trump inauguration committee, and Trump really appreciated that because there were some artists that committed and changed their mind and turned away.
And she really this past couple weeks has said, this is not political for me.
Right.
This is an event that, I wanted to be a part of. And for her, oh my gosh, can you imagine? She went from winning a reality show to now singing in front of the world, basically, the national anthem.
I don't need you to knock reality shows, first of all.
Sorry. I do like some reality shows. Kinsey has been on reality shows, so I apologize. I will take back my
Oh, look,
comment.
it's Bob Dole.
Oh, yeah.
No, you're absolutely right. This is a great chance for exposure. But again, it's what I said earlier. This is a historic moment. This is a tradition. This is something that is very special, will go down in history books and PBS specials. To make it about Donald Trump and to not make it about our country and democracy and the beauty of the transition of power is wrong. And she wanted to be a part of history, and that is powerful that she has the ability to do so.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Canadians are rooting for you. Thank you so much, Canada.
That's nice.
That was Nadine Anderson.
Nadine. I haven't been to Canada, but...
And Desiree says that Donald Trump will be a good president. Roger says historic is right. Cindy says it is exciting to watch the patriotism being reborn with a president and the first family that love America and wants to make it great again. That's Cindy Parker. Thank you so much, Cindy.
Thanks for sharing your comments, guys. I know we'll probably maybe switch up. Maybe we'll switch up the question here in a little bit, but we're still asking right now, will Donald Trump be a good president? I know we've also asked before, it's not on the screen, but do you think America, the U.S., will be in a better situation 4 years from now? And maybe even bring it a little bit closer to the home, a year from now?
Danielle's watching us from Florida. Thank you, Danielle.
Hi, Danielle. Yeah, so we're reading your comments. I know Kinsey and I are both reading it. I'm scrolling through social media right now to see what the latest political figures are tweeting from D.C. But right now it's pretty quiet because, as you can see, a lot of the people that we would tell you about that are posting on Twitter or on social media, they're in D.C. right now. They're getting ready for this big event. So.
Jane says, an exciting day no matter who the president is, such tradition. And David jokes, how many people signed up for Obamacare last night, last minute? I do have to say that the Obamacare signups did spike. Not last night, but in general.
The past couple weeks.
Yeah, in general, they have gone up quite a bit.
Yeah, there's just such a...
Dawn says, I'll be watching. I never miss an inauguration. Holly says she is so happy. Holly Bannon, thanks so much for watching. Oh, Des says, my husband took the day off. I'm at work and will watch with you.
Thank you so
much. From North Dakota.
Hey, I've shouted out North Dakota earlier.
All right, so here is a large number of individuals heading in the direction of the Capitol seating. I don't see any familiar faces to me personally, but if you recognize anyone, let us know in the comments, but I don't recognize any of these faces so far.
I am seeing on social media, I'm not sure if we have any other SAT channels that we can see from the outside, but I'm seeing that former President Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton just arrived at the White House. So we will go ahead and try to bring you those pictures if we get them.
We should get them.
We should get them here pretty shortly, but
if not, we'll get tape playback.
So far we've seen obviously former Senator Bob Dole, which we just saw a couple seconds ago. We have seen George W. Bush. We've seen Newt.
We saw Laura Bush.
Oh, sorry, we saw Laura.
Please don't.
We saw Laura. Who else did we see? We saw Newt Gingrich.
Who have we not seen?
I haven't seen Pence. I'm still looking for Pence. If somebody can tweet Pence for me, I'm curious to know where that he is at, because I did not see him walk into the tea ceremony.
We've seen Kellyanne and Steve Bannon, who are very important figures throughout Donald Trump's presidential campaign.
A lot of people talking on social media about Kellyanne's outfit this morning.
Do they agree with me that it was amazing?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are saying that it's classic. It looks clean.
Sandra Fleener is watching us from South Georgia, watching the most historic event in my lifetime. Sandra, we are so happy to have you. Thank you so much.
Hello, South Georgia.
Oh wow. Maritalina Tony Ortiz, God bless America and our 45th president from Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico, wow. And there's Kellyanne right there, a live picture of Kelly. Kinsey loves this outfit. Kinsey is in the process right now of going to go and either bid for this outfit online or she's just going to make it herself.
I'm going to Michael's after this. I'm going to get the lion buttons. The lion buttons. I think those are lions on her jacket.
So we all know what Kinsey will be doing this weekend. She'll be replicating Kellyanne's outfit. I'm reading what TMZ is saying about Kellyanne.
Wow.
This is their headline.
This is
What?
No, the fact that you were quoting TMZ now.
Well, no, but it's just, I mean, we're talking about her outfit.
Next level.
Their headline is Kellyanne Conway's inauguration outfit is revolutionary. Would you agree?
Hashtag true. I just had a great comment and I lost it. Oh, it's from Ashley. Ashley, and I lost it again.
Oh, sorry,
you guys
Ashley.
are talking. Ashley Burgess says, this has made my morning awesome. Ashley, you have made our morning awesome.
Thank you, Ashley. Shout out to Ashley.
Is it Kellyanne's birthday?
I don't know.
Let me Wikipedia this. It's Kellyanne's birthday. Wow, what a birthday attire. That's birthday attire if I have ever seen it.
See, Kellyanne probably got the wrong memo. She probably thought this was all for her birthday. You know, everyone was gathering around for her birthday, and she's like, let's get this party started.
You know, I'm sure she's so smart, there's no way that's true, but that's how I would personally treat it.
Oh, great. You guys are all here for my birthday party. That's fantastic. Thanks. We're looking at the, looks like the motorcade right now.
Lisa Sharp says, I expect big things from our new president.
Thank you for sharing, Lisa. Appreciate that.
Francisco Rodriguez watching us from Glendale.
Hello, Francisco.
And Sarah is wishing Kellyanne a happy birthday.
Yes.
And, oh wow, Andrew just got off a 16-hour shift. Now staying up to watch this from Louisville, Kentucky. Proud to be an American. Andrew, thank you so much.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you for working hard, too.
Thank you for working hard and for spending your day with us. We're so excited to have you.
Oh, there's Dick Cheney. Dick Cheney with the cowboy hat.
Oh my goodness.
Look at him.
I would expect that from W.
Does he have cowboy boots on too? We need to know if he has some cowboy boots on.
I imagine he does.
Look at that. That's a nice hat.
Reba Boyd, so happy to have God back in our leadership. Kellyanne looks amazing for turning 50. Wow. Happy birthday from New Jersey.
Great 50th birthday for her.
A lot of people wishing Kellyanne a happy birthday.
Yeah. This has to be, what, her best birthday, you think? I mean, what can top this?
Mine was 27 because I hung out with Justin Bieber that day on Jimmy Kimmel.
There you go.
So that now that I've hit my peak, every birthday is just a little bit sadder.
Yeah, no, this has to be the best birthday for her. I can't imagine anything topping this.
Well, maybe Justin Bieber on Kimmel.
Oh, yeah, I love that hat that Dick Cheney had on. I mean, that represents him so well. You know, I mean, like you said, W could have had that on too, and it would have been great. But I mean, that's fantastic.
Thank you to everybody sending Kellyanne birthday comments. We appreciate that. That's sweet.
Looks like on Channel 5. Looks like they're. This might be.
But look, Quail and Boehner are having a moment.
Yeah. No, sorry. We're looking. Me and Kinsey are talking behind the scenes. Like we have a bunch of different camera angles that we're looking at, so we're just trying to get you guys the best angle. So it looks like something. We're going to monitor it all. Is that? I can't.
She is.
There.
Nikki Haley.
Yep, Nikki Haley right there. Big week for her. With the UN and everything like that. So.
Not only that, but we just entered the Charleston shooting.
Yeah.
I think she's glad that he was found guilty, and I think that that was to exit on a high note. I'm sure that was a high note for her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jimmy, thank you so much for your feedback. Rudy, she says we're doing a great job.
Thank you so much. Thanks for hanging out with us this morning. Again, like I said, we are going to Once the ceremony gets started, be quiet. We'll let you enjoy it for yourself. But right now, we're just trying to get you guys sort of this behind-the-scenes look of everyone coming in and getting to their seats for the start of the ceremony, which will be beginning here pretty shortly. So we're just trying to get you the latest looks, behind-the-scenes information. We are digging through social media just to see different accounts, what they're tweeting. But like I said, right now, it's pretty quiet for social media regarding sort of the political figures that we normally would be talking to you about. They're all there. They're all either there or they're en route. So right now we are awaiting the actual arrivals of Trump and Obama to the U.S. Capitol.
But who are you really worried about?
I still haven't seen Pence. I'm looking for Pence. I don't know where Pence is.
Every time we see a car, I feel Rudy's heart
where's
skip
Pence?
a beat. We are it's tea time right now, or did you say tea time's over and they have
Tea
arrived?
time should be ending here pretty
But
shortly.
we just haven't seen the arrival
We
yet.
just haven't seen their arrival. We did see moments ago, I guess what was it, an hour ago now, we saw Donald Trump and President Obama sort of greet each other publicly before going into their tea ceremony and then heading off to the Capitol. So already this morning, President-elect Trump and Vice President-elect Pence, they attended church service that happened at 8:30. They were at St. John's Church, which is actually right across the street from the White House. Once they left the church ceremony at 9:30, Trump, along with Pence, who we still haven't seen, they attended a tea reception at the White House, which will really be the last time that they are together.
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're fine.
But about tea time, my girlfriend, I'm my Marie. I'm a Marie. I don't know why I'm spacing on her name. Did you see that Melania brought Tiffany's?
Yes, I know. I was just about to say.
No, you weren't.
Melania brought Tiffany.
But that was something that was important to us.
Yeah, I know.
You weren't just about to say that.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Because we were talking about that earlier. What do you think that they brought? What do you think Melania brought the Trump family, or the Obama family? I mean, you were saying a plate earlier.
Yeah, no. Well, Tiffany's is known for their silver.
Yeah.
They have, I think they're actually well known for jewelry, but I don't think Melania brings the first family jewelry. It's obviously something for the kitchen.
Yeah, absolutely. So
a serving dish, says I'm Amy Marie. Yes.
It probably was a serving dish.
Or a plate, or a picture frame. My mom says.
A picture frame, yeah. So many options. There's so much things at Tiffany's
Bob
that I can't
Dole,
afford.
you can see him.
Yeah, there's Bob Dole, looking good.
It was. So he was kind of out. I think he made one or two comments in regards to the campaign season. But we actually got to see him again at the Republican National Convention, which was good.
Yep.
You saw him throughout the Republican National Convention sitting with Mike Pence, who he's obviously not sitting by right now, or you wouldn't be so concerned with Mike Pence's.
Yeah, I still haven't seen him. For me, it's just so fun to see all these different, former presidents, these big political figures that are here at this event, because, what other event has this political power to it? Regardless of your political affiliations, that you have this many people in the same house, it's
Debbie
Wasserman Schultz. Yeah, Debbie Wasserman Schultz.
That I do have to say, I appreciate the fact that she showed up, because there are a lot of
controversy surrounding her lately.
A lot of controversy surrounding her. She was she was probably, aside from, they say that Hillary Clinton lost the election due to some of those leaks, Debbie Wasserman Schultz lost her position because of some of those leaks. So if not the most affected, one of the most affected throughout the leaks, throughout the campaign season. And they're saying over 70 Democrats aren't going to show up to this event. So I think it speaks highly of her and her leadership that she showed up today.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, and that happened, wasn't it a couple days before the DNC? I mean, that she sort of was removed from that spot?
Not only, and they had to scramble and to temporarily replace her with, was it Donna?
Yeah. I'm blanking on her last name right now, but yes. Donna Brazile.
Yeah, Donna Brazile, who was then caught in the leaks, giving Hillary Clinton debate questions prior to, the woman that we just saw was the education.
Right there.
Oh, Ben Carson. This was as it was happening, it didn't feel as scandalous as it does when you revisit it.
Right.
Because I guess it was because it was so spaced out. But when you look at it in the bigger picture, it's, it's intense.
I was just looking what if Debbie Wasserman Schultz was tweeting anything today, and she hasn't. The last thing she tweeted was 22 hours ago. Oops, Rick Perry will explain why he should run a department he can't remember and want to abolish. That was 22 hours ago from Debbie Wasserman. So she hasn't mentioned anything about going to D.C. or in D.C., but...
when I talk smack on Twitter, I try to do it to people that I don't think I'm going to see within the next 24 hours or have to make eye contact with within the next 24 hours. I'm just saying, you're going to see this guy probably in the next 20 minutes.
No, that's fair. Yeah.
But I guess being a politician is a different...
Looking at some more, everyone coming here to the Capitol, watching these, I think that's Harry Reid out there. Is that Harry Reid?
I just see Jared.
I thought I saw Harry Reid for a second.
I see the better halves.
Yeah. And that's Don's wife.
So that's in the back it's Eric's wife, on the left it's Junior's wife, and on the right it's Ivanka's husband Jared, and then Junior's son in the front.
His tie's great. I still love it. I might get that
here's
tie.
Paul Ryan.
There's Paul Ryan. We saw last night. I was watching it last night. Paul Ryan and Donald Trump having a moment at the one of the balls last night, and talking.
Was it the Deplorable, or was that an official event, or was that just?
I'm not sure what that was, but they had a moment last night. I saw that on TV. Let's see who else is starting to come in right now. In a way, speaking sort of, I guess in Hollywood terms, this is sort of the red carpet. This is where all the cameras are. This is where everyone's coming in before they, get to the event. This is how everybody enters. So we're watching this live with you, seeing who's coming in, who's making their arrivals. Ceremony should be beginning here pretty shortly. The swearing-in ceremony doesn't begin until noon Eastern, but everyone is taking their seats for the ceremony to begin, which should begin once we see. And there's Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders just showed up.
Happy to see Bernie. Bernie was another one. Bernie was another character similar to Donald Trump throughout this presidential campaign, who had such a passionate audience and an incredible base. When they talk about the crowds, Edie Walker just commented on the crowds. Love all the enthusiasm in the crowds. That's who this is about. The people, so exciting. Fran, I'm so proud to be in America. When you talk about the crowds and the enthusiasm associated with Donald Trump and his team call it a movement. It could only be compared in regards to the campaign season with the Bernie Sanders movement. Bernie Sanders had an incredible base of people that were just so heavily passionate about him, to the point that they butted heads. It looks like we have some protests. I'm just going to show you quickly some protest live footage.
Let me see if I can figure out exactly where this is at.
Yeah.
We know it's somewhere in D.C. We're just not sure exactly where this is. And we're monitoring both things there. So Kinsey.
Right. Yeah, we're going to take you back. I've got a couple of different shots, and I'm going to keep you. I will just be in and out.
Yeah, we have basically behind the scenes here. We have a bunch of different camera angles. We're just trying to give you the best shot. As you can see right now, all the Supreme Court justices.
Right. That was Justice Ginsburg that was at the front there.
Yep, there she is.
But really,
and there's Stevens right there. So
it looks like it's right outside because you can see the tents behind. See that, Rudy?
yeah.
Isn't it interesting to watch like such important, powerful people have to stand in line?
I mean, and there's the
Cory Booker.
Cory Booker, yeah. Yeah, like I said, it's such a fascinating event to watch because you don't have, this magnitude of high-power political people in the same spot like this very often, or if ever. So for me, it's almost just sort of awe-inspiring to watch everybody gather together for this big day in American history. Can't tell exactly who that is right there.
And on Facebook, you're asking us where Hillary is. As soon as we have a shot of Hillary and Bill Clinton, we are going to give that to you. Unfortunately, we haven't seen her yet. We just saw Elizabeth Warren. But as soon as we have a shot of Hillary Clinton, we will absolutely give it to you. She strikes me as somebody that is going to show up a few minutes late. I mean, you've got to make your entrance, right? You're not just going to show up with Dick Cheney in a cowboy hat. You've got to let Dick Cheney have his cowboy hat on.
And we saw President George W. Bush walk towards the Capitol. We actually didn't see him go sit down yet, but we've seen Cheney. We have seen Bernie Sanders just a couple seconds ago walk and sit down. Let's go back. We're not seeing too much activity at the Capitol right now. Why don't you go back to the protesters so we can see?
I will for a minute, but I do have...
I just want to show people. This is really the only picture, just so people... We're out there right now looking at different feeds. This is really the only... If you can call this, there's a couple people. It's probably half a dozen people protesting. So we're monitoring it.
We have comments in the chat room saying that they're being disrespectful, the protesters, and they don't really want to give them that much attention.
Sure, no, absolutely. We just want to make sure we are monitoring it. We are letting you know if anything does happen. We'll get you out there. But right now, we obviously want to focus on there's Warren right there. Obviously, the events that are at hand at the Capitol. So, if there's any
Heather Lopez says she's surprised more people aren't wearing red, white, and blue.
I have.
Here we are.
I have the white shirt on, the red, white, and blue. Yeah, we're there. We're there. So, but we obviously want to focus on what's happening at the Capitol today. If there's something significant that happens around D.C., we'll obviously get that to you. So, still just watching everybody sort of gather along. Like you were saying, Kinsey, it's funny to sort of see everybody lined up. I was like, it's like a Disneyland ride.
I was going to say Starbucks.
Or a Starbucks in D.C. on a Monday morning. Yeah.
Right.
But there's all the Supreme Court justices lining up right there. I mean, they don't even get front of the line. They just have to wait in the line like everybody else. There's no fast passes here.
Tom Webster says ABC is the best choice for a live stream.
Thank you so much. We try to do our best. We try to make sure that we're getting you the latest information and everything.
Nicole, thanks so much for watching. I'm so glad to see you here. Hi, Nico. Good to see you, too. Jimmy likes your tie, Rudy.
Oh, thank you so much, Jimmy. I appreciate that.
Hey, look at this. What a fun shot of... Stop coughing in the mic, my gosh.
I'm coughing for the mic, guys. I'm sorry.
A fun shot of a ground shot we've got here. You can see people are tucked in there like sardines, but they are there to experience a historic event.
Yeah, I mean, we started watching these feeds about 2 hours ago, but I mean, just in the past hour and a half, there has been just a funnel of people just come in. I mean, a lot of red hats in the crowds. Oh, there we go. There's some of the
new first family.
Yep, there they are, just gathering, sitting down, waiting for their seats. And we haven't seen. It's interesting how they're walking in. They're not walking in with their spouses. This is the Trump family is still.
Well, I just watched President Obama's inaugural events a few days ago, and his family came out one at a time too.
Okay.
First, the daughters came out. There's Rance Priebus.
Yep, they're chief of staff.
The daughters came out, and then Michelle came out. So there is some method to, I don't want to say madness because it's not madness, but there is some traditional method that obviously we're just not privy to. But again, I don't know what to expect because Donald Trump seems to have his own agenda and be so, I do think that he is being very traditional in a sense, but I also am never confident that he's not going to shake things up.
Yeah, I think, I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is probably one of the most anticipated inaugural addresses that we're expecting in a long time. Obviously, I know in 2008, when Obama was, preparing for his inaugural address, but I think it's a different dynamic this year. We have seen in the past year and a half of Trump on the campaign trail, he is such a free spirit. He says what's on his mind.
He says he's not politically correct.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times that he tries to say,
look at all of those people.
Yeah, crazy amount of people. I think he always tries to say what sort of the pulse of America without sort of that filter. So I for one am so interested to see what he has to say today, what the tone will be. I know there's been reports that he has written the whole speech
this is
himself.
the new our new press secretary, White House
right
press
there,
secretary, Sean Spicer.
And he held his first press
conference.
Was that yesterday or the day before?
It was yesterday. All these days are molding in together.
I know.
I feel like Trump was president 2 months ago.
And here we go.
Tony Lewis says, good luck for today from not so sunny Scotland. Thanks so much for watching us, Tony Lewis.
Oh, and there's Carter right there.
God bless this country. Oh, yeah.
Like I said, it's just to sit here and watch this. I know we're not there in person, but to sit here and watch everybody come in like this.
Well, they didn't have to know that, Rudy. We could have pretended.
Well, we are there. We're there. But for me, just from being here, watching it with you, it's an awe-inspiring experience. To see everybody, former presidents, Supreme Court justices walk in. This is regardless of, as we see the Supreme Court justices walking right now, regardless of your political affiliation, this is something that is, quite a moment in American history to have this much political power gathered together. And
that's why I am surprised that anyone would turn down this opportunity, because to me, it is such a special experience, and I would do anything to be there in the position of the people that declined to go.
Yeah.
So I am surprised and disappointed in the fact that there were so many individuals, and I believe they're all on the Democratic side, that opted out of this experience, because it's historic, it's tradition, and it's about the peaceful transfer of power. It's not about a specific person, and it's about unity and celebrating our country. All right, just really quickly, I'm getting some new visuals in, and I'll just show you briefly that this is a protest in, let me see if I have an update on where this is. National Mall.
Oh, this is National Mall is what we're looking at, but 14th. It looks like this is familiar with the DC area, 14th and F in DC.
Okay, so
it's in the DC area.
So some protests going on, but obviously we're going to give more attention to the inauguration, which is about to take place here.
I'm coming through social media right now just to see. We saw from the POTUS account about an hour ago go ahead and tweet out what I would appear to be probably the final tweet from that account before it gets handed over to Trump. I'm looking at the White House. The White House just tweeted here a couple minutes ago. This is, again, from the White House account. It says, "Yes, we can. Yes, we did." And there's Jimmy Carter walking in right now. But excuse me. Thank you for being a part of the past 8 years. The picture of President Obama. So White House tweeting with President Obama for the last time. But there's President Jimmy Carter walking in. And just such a cool sight to see,
Someone asks, is Carter the oldest president living? That's a good question.
I'm not sure.
Tell us if you know the answer.
And there's a shot of the future chief of staff right there on the phone. Who do you think he's calling right now? Who's on the phone with right now?
Sean Hannity.
Sean Hannity. Who's on the phone with Trump? Who knows? We actually haven't seen them leave the White House. I'm imagining they already did. We just didn't get to see a shot of it. But everybody should be here pretty shortly, including President Obama, President-elect Trump. This ceremony should be beginning in moments, as obviously you can tell with everybody starting to sit down and gather around their seats. But looking at this wide shot right now, it's just such a sight to see. So, and there's Nikki Haley walking in.
Okay, so, and there's Rick Perry. So, think about the last time we saw Nikki Haley and Rick Perry. How long is this trek from Jeff Sessions right there? How long is this trek?
I feel like they're walking a while.
I know, from the car to their seats. I mean, bless their hearts. You've got to have on a good pair of heels if you're a woman right now.
Hopefully they have their Fitbits on.
Yeah.
They're getting some steps counted in today. They're walking down these
Dr.
stairs.
Carson walking down. You can see Dr. Carson and his wife walking down the stairs right now. If this were me, I would skip my Simply Fit board
Looks
today.
like we're getting some answers on whether Carter and Bush were the living president.
Oh, yeah. Wait, where are you seeing that?
I saw a couple
President
people.
George H.W. is the oldest,
Yes,
92
that's
years
what I
long.
thought. Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Laura.
that. Oh, and here we go. Here's Bill Clinton.
There we go.
and
Bill
Hillary
Clinton and Hillary Clinton have arrived.
go.
Hillary wearing a cream-colored suit.
Bill, not.
Look at that handsome coat he's in. And then it appears that
Now we're taking a double screenshot right now
Yeah,
of
you can see.
President Obama and Trump. I believe they're going to ride together to the Capitol, if I'm not mistaken.
I love this.
There they are, and that double shot of Hillary on the left side there with President Bill Clinton. So, quite the moment here. You have the Democratic candidate who obviously lost this contentious race, and then get in the car with President Obama, the winner, Donald Trump. So right now they are making their way to President Obama and President-elect Trump making their way to the Capitol for all the events.
But questions still unanswered.
I still don't know where Pence is. Can someone please help me out? I'm trying to figure out where Pence is at. And there is the Clintons arriving. Will take their seats.
Look at how happy Bill is. Can we all just take a moment? It's like the balloons all over again. I do appreciate his demeanor.
Hillary looking very serious.
She looks
Obviously,
somber.
this has to be a tough day for her.
Well, I will say.
She is straight faced, looking forward.
I know.
I haven't seen her smile once.
I will say that I hated that song, Fight Song, that was her theme throughout the campaign because I heard it every day, whereas Trump's changed. He, went from
There's her smiling for the first time.
There you go. He went from Adele to Proud to be an American to he had Twist. We're not going to take it.
Yeah.
But I heard Fight Song come on in the car a few days ago, and I remembered the moment where she walked out on the DNC stage, the Democratic National Convention stage, and you saw in her face that she was taking in what a powerful moment it was. And again, no matter what side you're on, you can feel for these people. And
Oh, look at this one
there we
right
go.
here. You have,
W.
W and Clinton walking in together. Didn't really interact with each other. They probably did.
Well, yeah,
beforehand.
they're very good friends.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that they're
Yeah.
just like, you could see them standing
But,
there.
I
This
mean,
looks like a wedding.
The
Like,
thing that I noticed so much, I mean, so focused Hillary is. I mean, we saw her. I mean,
well, she's got cameras on her.
I know.
mean, and you know that the world is watching you because
know.
you. But again, like, I just think that she. What a hard thing to go through. She was the first female presidential nominee, and they really felt strongly that she had it in the bag. And then, I mean, all of us were caught off guard the night of the election. I watched every single Trump rally. I saw the crowds, but there was just no telling at the end of the day. We were all surprised by. I'm actually going to cut to W right here.
yeah. Well, yeah. Let's take a look at them walking in.
But look, it's like a wedding. They stop you. There's the financial security nominee or treasury nominee. They stop you. They tell you when you can go. You stop in one hall. You go. It's almost like this is very choreographed. Everything they're doing. And perhaps that's why Hillary's so serious. She's like, why can't I walk 5 more steps? But I do love Bill's cheery demeanor,
Yes.
who was also really, really tore into Trump throughout the campaign, too.
We're just here watching along with you. These are live pictures from the U.S. Capitol right now. Where the ceremony should be beginning, pretty shortly. We saw moments ago. We saw Trump.
Yeah, and I'll take you back to Trump right here. Here's his motorcade.
There
He's
we
heading.
go. Yeah, so they're heading right from the White House.
And again, we're going back and forth. I'm so sorry, but we just got a shot of Bill and Hillary, so I wanted to make sure that we took you there for that too. But again,
Yes.
live.
Yeah, this is live pictures right now. Actually, President-elect Trump and President Obama driving together in the same vehicle towards the U.S. Capitol for this inauguration ceremony. They just had a tea ceremony together, their last sort of private, intimate, moment together with both of their running mates. I'm sorry, both of their vice presidents. Last time that they were together before this public inauguration ceremony. So as they're making their way, we can go back and sort of take that look at the Capitol right now.
Seriously though, look at all these cars, and then the media on top of that. That's a sight of its own. Magley says, "I'm so emotional, happy, happy, happy for our new president." Becky says, "The people have spoken." Looks like they're applauding.
There we go. President Jimmy Carter walking in right now.
Cannot believe how many cars go into
Oh yeah.
that commute. Again, though, when did we see Jimmy Carter start his quest for his seat for the
Jimmy
inauguration?
Carter has been walking for a while to get down to a seat. So we're seeing President Carter walk in now.
Karen says, "The Carters look so sweet."
Jimmy Carter looks great. He really does. He looks like he's in great health. He's
Thankfully, yeah.
he looks fantastic. He really does. So we've seen Carter. We haven't seen
Mike Pence?
We haven't seen Mike Pence. I've been waiting for all day. We haven't seen Mike Pence other than early this morning. We haven't seen anything from him. But we saw earlier President Clinton, President George W. Bush. We are waiting for them to go ahead and walk in and take their seat, which I'm sure will be in moments after President Carter go ahead and gets comfortable. So again, we're looking at a live feed right now. This is actually from the giant media truck that we were looking at a second ago. This is the motorcades. And look at all those people lined up
Wow.
to see this motorcade. So even if you're not, didn't get a ticket to the inauguration, you could still go ahead and line up right there. I mean, that if you're in D.C. area right now, I mean, how tempted are you to go out there this morning and line up and see this? I mean, it's not every day you see, the future president and the president right now, President Obama, in the same vehicle.
Craig's commenting that Mike Pence is in a vehicle with Joe Biden.
Okay.
I'm a little jealous.
Yeah.
Could we go back to the Clinton shot? It's like they take shots away from
There
me.
we
There
go.
she
There
is.
is President Clinton.
Hillary
and,
Clinton and former President Bill Clinton from my old state,
really,
Arkansas.
That's really the first time that we've seen Hillary smile today.
Well,
So
she's in front of the crowd.
yeah, there we go. We saw a very poised, very collective Hillary behind the scenes, but there she is getting a kiss from President Carter right there as they go ahead and take their seats right now. So in a couple of seconds, we should be seeing President George W. Bush along with Laura making their way. Right now, Bill and Hillary are making their way, getting comfortable, taking their seats. So I'd imagine after President George W. Bush sits down.
Do you get to pick who you sit next to?
Yeah, I don't know.
I would definitely want to sit next to Biden.
It's a science seat, I would imagine. I would imagine after we see President George W. Bush go ahead and take a seat, I would imagine that's when we would see the Trump family probably go ahead and sit down. We haven't seen them actually go and take their seats yet. There's Chris Christie right there, who was such a...
Who says his wife won't let him move to D.C., and that's why he won't take a position
he was
there.
such a big part in the early days and throughout the campaign, really, of the Trump campaign. So he's definitely in attendance today.
Hillary went with a red lippy. Let's see what Sarah Palin's saying. Is that not a random?
It's a random person to pick, but okay. Should just tweet something?
No, she came up in my timeline because there's W and Laura. She came up in my Facebook timeline because she was campaigning with Trump, and I had shared a picture of her getting on Trump's.
Yeah. And there's President George W. Bush and Laura sitting down, starting to sit down and walk in.
I had shared a picture of them campaigning together, so she came up in my what you posted a year ago. 4 hours ago, she posted a daily devotional.
Okay.
America's Waiting on You.
Okay. Yep. And so President George W. Bush and Laura starting to sit down. Looks like they're going to sit right by President Bill Clinton and Hillary. Looks like right next to them.
Did you just
right
shush me to tell them that people are sitting down?
Well, I wanted to make sure that everyone knew. Then saw. And then on this other feed, can we switch over to that? That's looks like they're entering the U.S. Capitol grounds. President Obama and President-elect Trump and Pence and Biden and the whole gang. It's all everyone's together right now.
The gang's all here.
The gang is all here.
Craig says we're doing a great job. He's watching us from Nova Scotia.
Wow, thank you so much. That is fantastic. Thank you. And we're beginning to sort of see them open doors and see who gets out of these vehicles right now. Again, we're watching this live with you, so we're not too sure who's getting out of these vehicles.
Lexi commenting that she thanks President Obama and she's going to miss him.
There's
Michelle and Melania Trump.
Michelle and Melania. So they rode together, what appears to be in the same vehicle.
I love Michelle's burgundy coat. It's beautiful.
A lot of people talking about Melania's dress too. We said it was Ralph Lauren.
It's Ralph Lauren, not
Lauren.
Tommy Hilfiger.
Not
I
Tommy.
don't know what I was thinking.
We'll see if we can get a better shot of that. But yeah, there's First Lady of the United States here for just for another hour or so before Melania takes that role.
Sheila is watching us from Canada. Thank you so much for watching us. Beth Ann says Melania's coat is gorgeous.
Oh, and there's the president right there, President Obama and President-elect Trump right there. Look at that.
Wow. Brandon Metheny says this is the best coverage he's ever seen in his life.
Thank you, Brandon. There they are walking together. I mean, this is something. This is quite the moment. Here they are walking in.
Lisa says, what a great day as we watch Donald Trump, almost President Donald Trump, shaking the hands of Paul Ryan, Nancy Pelosi, followed by President Barack Obama. We are moments away
Paul Ryan in the back.
Yep, we are moments away from the actual ceremony beginning, and when the ceremony begins, we're going to turn up the volume so you can experience it for yourself, and we'll talk with you in the chat room as we watch it live with you.
I also want to mention there is the inaugural parade, which is right after the swearing-in ceremony. We'll also bring that to you live as well. We might have to switch over to a different Facebook Live at that point, but we'll keep you posted.
There's
on
my
that.
VP. Mike Pence.
Mike Pence. It was looking for you all morning, Pence. We saw you once, and there he is. I'm glad that he's there.
The mystery is over.
The mystery is over.
Don't you wonder what the positions are of all of these people, or is that media? You know,
Yeah.
like that is a huge entourage.
Yeah. There's a look at the Capitol right there. And
Ivanka arriving.
Ivanka all in white today, or cream white, I guess you would call
Similar
it.
to Tiffany, who's right behind her, and also Hillary Clinton opted for cream today too.
Yep. And you can see the sons, one in the blue tie, one in the red tie. I went with both. I went with both blue and red tie today.
Oh, Baron in the back. They look so distinguished.
Very poised. I mean, this is, no matter, I mean, it's such a surreal moment. And there's Baron right there.
I know. Jillian Cox says, Ivanka will always be stunning. She's so classy. Ivanka is beautiful, says Nico.
And we're walking down the stairs right now. So they're walking down the stairs. Once they get down the stairs, that's pretty much once. We're giving you a behind-the-scene look right now, but that's once everybody on the mall can really see them, is once they get down these stairs and through these doors. Probably some of you are wondering if you're just gathering their other halves, their wives, the husbands, the kids, other than Baron, obviously. They've already been seated, so they were seated probably like 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, right before the former presidents were.
Hillary, obviously enjoying the music there.
Quick look at Hillary. Yep.
And I'm sorry that I missed your name. The chat room's moving so quickly, but some of the comments, Randy, such a sacrifice to give up, easy, good life to deal with the politics in D.C. So talking about how the family's sacrificing, some business opportunities and relocating and a challenge that's going to be for the next 4 years.
See the security up there. I imagine that's security.
Wow.
Looking down. Can we show them the shot real quick before they get down of Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, and Hillary? They're all sitting right next to each other, right there. Looks like there's a door starting to open. We'll let you watch the Trump family walk in.
scoot over so I can. Rudy and I are going to give you some sound from the venue now. And by now I mean when I find it.
But you can see right now all the Trump family. See Ivanka, Tiffany, right there front and center, taking their seats.
Do you think that there was were they presented in their age, or were they presented?
I'm not sure exactly how they came out. I'm not sure. Right now we are awaiting we have already seen President Obama, President-elect Trump arrive at the Capitol along with Vice President-elect Pence and Vice President Biden. They've arrived. We're just waiting for them to actually get into the ceremony. But that's really all we're waiting for now is Obama and Trump, and then the swearing-in ceremony should begin.
Oh wow, look at that. That's incredible.
Look at that. Look at that crowd. I mean, there's so much red in that crowd. So much red. I mean, a lot of people with the red hats, you can see.
Angela says, I'm proud of Hillary for being here and handling this with class.
Yeah, look at that wide shot of everybody gathered on the National Mall. That is a huge amount, thousands of people on that National Mall right there coming from around the country for this. Lots of red, obviously, as you can imagine. Lots of red hats you can see in the background there. And there's that wide look at National Mall. Just thousands of people gathered right there, awaiting the arrival of Vice President, or President-elect Trump with President Obama.
Oh, wow.
The band's really starting to get going now. But yeah, I mean, we're 15 minutes away right now. In 50 minutes, the United States will have a new president.
It's going to take 50 minutes for Trump and Obama to walk from the car.
It's a long walk. It's a long walk. But yeah, 15 minutes from now, the United States will have a new president. And President Obama, Biden will be giving. I know President Obama will be heading to Palm Springs, California after this. Let's get away. And, as we look at the Trump family right there.
I know, what an awkward position to be in also, because you know the world is watching you. I mean, that's got to be what's going through their minds right now. Nicole says, here we go, I'm shaking with excitement. They're chanting USA.
See everyone gather right there in the National Mall. Look at that wide shot. Oh my goodness. Everyone is packed in. Thousands of people. mean, I noticed all the red hats. I noticed all the red hats.
And we haven't seen much. Actually haven't seen much protesting.
No, and like I said, we want to be respectful and show you what is happening, obviously, with at the U.S. Capitol. But we also want to let you know we are keeping our eyes on other satellite, other feeds that are coming in from around D.C. We do have some pictures from there, but the protests that we really have are really not that significant. It's only been a couple dozen people at some protests. So we are monitoring them, but we really want to focus on the inauguration at hand, what's happening at the U.S. Capitol. But if anything significant happens around the ceremony, we will obviously let you know. But I love that shot right there. Look at that the American flag just waving.
So will he get this flag and the flag on his last day too?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we showed you earlier a picture of President Obama receiving the first flag when he was POTUS and then the last flag when he was POTUS. We can put it up right there. He received those flags today, which is just I think it's a cool sentiment to have. I didn't even know that really happened. I would imagine that probably would be at his future presidential library.
Oh, what could they be? Are they talking to each other? How fascinating!
President Bill Clinton, right there with Hillary. And we saw Cheney earlier. You might have seen a quick little peek of him using the cowboy hat. So if you look at the crowd again, he's located really right behind the Bush family. He was in a cowboy hat earlier, which is pretty nice. A little envious of Cheney's cowboy hat.
Well, we do live in Arizona.
I know. I could get away with that.
I think if you just took a right outside, you could find a cowboy hat.
Yep, I could do that. And there we are. There's Michelle Obama walking in right now.
Comments thanking our troops and people that have fought for our country.
Absolutely. There's Mrs. Biden and Mrs. Obama walking in right now.
Right.
As they're making way down the stairway.
Well, we should see them actually enter the other side in about 20 minutes. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we've been joking on one. It's such a long walk to get from where they get dropped off down, or it seems like it at least. I'm sure they're doing some other things before they get down there, but they're making their way down right now to that ceremony.
Robert asks if you live in DC, is this the type of event you go to every 4 years because it's there and it's accessible, or do you only go because of the candidate? Which is a good, interesting question. If I had the opportunity to go, no matter the candidate, or the president-elect, I probably would go because it is such a fascinating.
Yeah, I think it really depends. I mean, I know some people in DC who say that they actually they go out. There's Rick Perry. They go out of town during this event because it's such a it's such a big event. So a lot of people that live in DC that maybe don't want to be a part of it. They don't want to be part of the hoopla. They go out of town for the weekend or for the day and get away from it all. But as we're watching.
Edwina says, if we want to unite as a country, we need to be respectful of each other, including the outgoing first family.
Picture of Bernie Sanders there. Bernie Sanders in attendance with us today.
You know who I haven't seen? John McCain.
The First Lady,
I was told that he will be
Michelle
there
Obama,
as they're announcing the First Lady
the
coming.
Vice President, Dr. Jill Biden, escorted by the Democratic Staff Director of the United States Senate Committee on Rules and Administration, Kelly Fado, Miss Irish Weinschall, and Mr. Paul Pelosi.
It's such a cool sight to see. You see Jimmy Carter there smiling in the background. There's Hillary Clinton and
It's Michelle
George
Obama
Bush.
joking with George W. Bush.
and even Bill Clinton in the background there.
It's strange though, but it does seem like they've become really close throughout President Obama's presidency.
Yeah.
Michelle and the first lady and former President George W. Bush. You see them having, sincere moments quite often when
Yeah.
they're in the public eye together.
Yeah. I mean, George W. Bush looks like he's having like a fun time right now. He said, "Hey, what's going on, guys?"
Well, it makes me feel better about the health of his dad.
Yeah, thoughts and prayers with George H.W. Bush right now. Again, that wide view of U.S. Capitol and the National Mall is just thousands of people just gathered, huddled together. You are dedicated to be out there. These people that are out there towards the front, had to have gotten there so early to get these seats. So I'd imagine right now, we saw Mrs. Obama, and there we go. Looks like, trying to see exactly who we're looking at right here.
Melania Trump is
Melania.
headed in our direction. Janet Simmons, a wonderful historic day. I'm proud to be an American. A couple of people commenting that Senator McCain is next to Bernie Sanders. So you and I need to be.
Yeah, I haven't seen him yet. I know I know he is there. That's what they've told our newsroom. I'm sure we just haven't spotted him yet, though. Exactly.
And would Sheriff Joe be, you think, in this mix? I mean, he campaigned with Trump too. He physically campaigned.
I don't know if he would be up there. I know he's there. I just don't know exactly where he is seated.
I will say that I'm surprised that Melania isn't coming out with the president-elect. Tradition or no tradition, for some reason expected them to be together.
Yeah. And she'll be walking out those doors in a second, and we'll make sure we turn up that volume so we can hear the reception that she gets as she exits that door that you see right there in the center of your screen.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Melania Trump and Mrs. Karen Pence, escorted by the Secretary of the Senate, Julie Adams, the Clerk of the House of Representatives, Karen Haas, Mrs. Abigail Blunt, Mrs. Jana Ryan, the Honorable Elaine L. Chow, and Mrs. Judy McCarthy.
So Mrs. Pence right there. And Mrs. Trump. All right, we're going to go ahead and let you just enjoy this moment, we're going to jump in the chat room and communicate with you that way. But the event is quickly starting to take place, so we are going to let you enjoy it. We'll be back to transition to some of the events later, including the parade and some of the balls. So we will talk to you in a bit.
On the screen, guys.
Back up.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States, the Honorable Barack H. Obama, and the Vice President Joseph R. Biden, escorted by Senate Democratic Secretary Gary Myrick, Senate Democratic Leader and Rules Committee Ranking Member Charles E. Schumer, and House Democratic Leader Nancy Pelosi. Ladies and gentlemen, the Vice President-elect, Michael Richard Pence. Ladies and gentlemen, escorting the President-elect, the Staff Director for the Joint Congressional Committee on Inaugural Ceremonies, Stacey McHatton McBride, the Senate Sergeant-at-Arms, Frank Larkin, the House Sergeant-at-Arms, Paul Irving, the Chairman of the Joint Congressional Committee on Inaugural Ceremonies, Roy Blunt, Rules Committee Ranking Member and Senate Democratic Leader Charles E. Schumer, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Paul D. Ryan, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, House Majority Leader Kevin McCarthy, and House Democratic Leader Nancy Pelosi. Ladies and gentlemen, the President-elect of the United States, Donald John Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chairman of the Joint Congressional Committee for Inaugural Ceremonies, the Honorable Roy Blunt.
Thank you all. If you have a seat, you can sit down. Mr. President, Mr. Vice President, Mr. President-elect, Mr. Vice President-elect, Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the inauguration of the 45th President of the United States of America. Today, the legislative, the executive, the judicial branches of our constitutional government come together for the 58th inauguration of the President of the United States. Millions of people all over the world will watch and will listen to this event. 36 years ago at his first inauguration, it was also the first inauguration on this side of the Capitol, President Ronald Reagan said that what we do here is both commonplace and miraculous. Commonplace every 4 years since 1789, when President George Washington took this exact same oath. Miraculous because we've done it every 4 years since 1789, and the example it sets for democracies everywhere. Washington believed the inauguration of the second president would be more important than the inauguration of the first. Many people had taken control of a government up until then, but few people had ever turned that control willingly over to anyone else. And as important as the transfer of the first transfer of power was, many historians believe that the next election was even more important. When in 1801, one group of people, arguably for the first time ever in history, willingly, if not enthusiastically, gave control of the government to people they believed had a dramatically different view of what the government would, should, and could do. After that election that actually discovered a flaw in the Constitution itself, which was remedied by the 12th Amendment, Thomas Jefferson, at that inauguration, beyond the chaos of the election that had just passed, said, "We are all Republicans, we are all Federalists." After 4 years of civil war, Lincoln's second inaugural speech tried to find reason for the continued war when he pointed out that both sides prayed to the same God. He'd earlier written about those fervent prayers that one side must be and both sides may be wrong. But in 1865, he looked to the future, and the memorable moment in that speech was "with malice toward none and charity for all." In the middle of the Depression, the country was told that the only thing we had to fear was fear itself. And President Kennedy talked about the obligation in democracy to country. The great question that day was, ask what you can do for your country. So we come to this place again, commonplace and miraculous, a national moment of celebration, but not a celebration of victory, a celebration of democracy. And as we begin that celebration, I call on His Eminence Timothy Michael Cardinal Dolan, Reverend Dr. Samuel Rodriguez, and Pastor Paula White Kane to provide readings and the invocation.
The prayer of King Solomon from the Book of Wisdom. Let us pray. God of our ancestors and Lord of mercy, you have made all things, and in your providence have charged us to rule the creatures produced by you, to govern the world in holiness and righteousness, and to render judgment with integrity of heart. Give us wisdom, for we are your servants, weak and short-lived, lacking in comprehension of judgment and of laws. Indeed, though one might be perfect among mortals, if wisdom which comes from you be lacking, we count for nothing. Now with you is wisdom, who knows your will and was there when you made the world, who understands what is pleasing in your eyes, what is conformable with your commands. Send her forth from your holy heavens from your glorious throne dispatch her, that she may be with us and work with us, that we may grasp what is pleasing to you. For she knows and understands all things, and will guide us prudently in our affairs, and safeguard us by her glory. Amen.
From the Gospel of Matthew, the 5th chapter. God blesses those who are poor and realize their need for him, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. God blesses those who mourn, for they will be comforted. God blesses those who are humble, for they will inherit the earth. God blesses those who hunger and thirst for justice, for they will be satisfied. God blesses those who are merciful, for they will be shown mercy. He blesses those who are pure in heart, for they will see God. God blesses those who work for peace, for they will be called children of God. God blesses those who are persecuted for doing right, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. And God blesses you when people mock you and persecute you and lie about you and say all sorts of evil things against you because you are my followers. For you are the light of the world, like a city on a hilltop that cannot be hidden. No one lights a lamp and then puts it under a basket. Instead, a lamp is placed on its stand where it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your good deeds shine out for all to see, that everyone will praise your heavenly Father. Respectfully, in Jesus' name.
We come to you, Heavenly Father, in the name of Jesus, with grateful hearts, thanking you for this great country that you have decreed to your people. We acknowledge we are a blessed nation with a rich history of faith and fortitude, with a future that is filled with promise and purpose. We recognize that every good and every perfect gift comes from you, and the United States of America is your gift, for which we proclaim our gratitude. As a nation, we now pray for our President, Donald John Trump, Vice President Michael Richard Pence, and their families. We ask that you would bestow upon our President the wisdom necessary to lead this great nation, the grace to unify us, and the strength to stand for what is honorable and right in your sight. In Proverbs 21:1, you instruct us that our leader's heart is in your hands. Gracious God, reveal unto our President the ability to know the will, your will, the confidence to lead us in justice and righteousness, and the compassion to yield to our better angels. While we know there are many challenges before us, in every generation you have provided the strength and power to become that blessed nation. Guide us in discernment, Lord, and give us that strength to persevere and thrive. Now bind and heal our wounds and divisions, and join our nation to your purpose. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. The psalmist declared, let your favor be upon this one nation under God. Let these United States of America be that beacon of hope to all people and nations under your dominion, a true hope for humankind. Glory to the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. We pray this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Missouri State University Chorale.
Strangers welcome, we who once walked in strangers' shoes. Once we were strangers, we were welcome. Once we were strangers, we were welcome. heart, take courage, take heart, take courage. Thy spirit, feed love, feed longing, feed longing. Here are the sentries where we have gathered. Here are the bones this sword. We are the gleams of every being. Filled with the dreams that build the build the day. Once we were strangers, keep faith, guard mind, take heart, guard spirit, take heart, guard spirit, take courage, keep watch, feed longing, feed love, feed love, feed love, feed love.
Well, the Missouri State University Chorale practices and performs about 2 blocks from my home in Springfield, Missouri, so it was easy to find them, and we're pleased they're here. It's also a great opportunity for me to introduce my colleague, the Senator from New York, Chuck Schumer.
My fellow Americans, we live in a challenging and tumultuous time, a quickly evolving, ever more interconnected world, a rapidly changing economy that benefits too few while leaving too many behind, a fractured media, a politics frequently consumed by rancor. We face threats, foreign and domestic. In such times, faith in our government, our institutions, and even our country can erode. Despite these challenges, I stand here today confident in this great country for one reason: you, the American people. We Americans have always been a forward-looking, problem-solving, optimistic, patriotic, and decent people. Whatever our race, religion, sexual orientation, gender identity, whether we are immigrant or native-born, whether we live with disabilities or do not, in wealth or in poverty, we are all exceptional in our commonly held yet fierce devotion to our country, and in our willingness to sacrifice our time, energy, and even our lives to making it a more perfect union. Today we celebrate one of democracy's core attributes, the peaceful transfer of power. And every day we stand up for core democratic principles enshrined in the Constitution: the rule of law, equal protection for all under law, the freedom of speech, press, religion, that the things that make America, America. And we can gain strength from reading our history and listening to the voices of average Americans. They always save us in times of strife. One such American was Major Sullivan Ballou. On July 14, 1861, when the North and South were lining up for their first battle, a time when our country was bitterly divided and faith in the future of our country was at a nadir, Major Ballou of the 2nd Rhode Island Volunteers penned a letter to his wife, Sarah. It is one of the greatest letters in American history. It shows the strength and courage of the average American. Allow me to read some of his words, which echo through the ages. My very dear Sarah, he wrote, the indications are very strong that we shall move in a few days, perhaps tomorrow. If it is necessary that I should fall on the battlefield for my country, I am ready. I have no misgivings about or lack of confidence in the cause in which I am engaged, and my courage does not halt or falter. I know how strongly American civilization now leans upon the triumph of the government, and how great a debt we owe to those who went before us through the blood and suffering of the Revolution. And I am willing, perfectly willing, to lay down all my joys in this life to help maintain this government and to pay that debt. Sarah, my love for you is deathless. It seems to bind me to you with the mighty cables that nothing but omnipotence can break. And yet, my love of country comes over me like a strong wind and bears me irresistibly on with all these chains to the battlefield. Sullivan Ballou gave his life on the battlefield a week later at the First Battle of Bull Run. It is because Sullivan Ballou and countless others believed in something bigger than themselves and were willing to sacrifice for it that we stand today in the full blessings of liberty, in the greatest country on earth. And that spirit lives on in each of us, Americans whose families have been here for generations and those who have just arrived. And I know our best days are yet to come. I urge all Americans to read Ballou's full letter. His words give me solace, strength. I hope they will give you the same. Now, please stand while the Associate Justice of the Supreme Court, Clarence Thomas, administers the oath of office to the Vice President of the United States.
Place your hand on the Bible. Please read. Mr. Vice President-elect, would you raise your right hand and repeat after me? I, Michael Richard Pence, do solemnly swear
I, Michael Richard Pence, do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely,
that I take this obligation freely,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties of the office on which I'm about to enter.
the duties of the office on which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Mormon Tabernacle Choir, accompanied by the President's own United States Marine Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor to introduce the Chief Justice of the United States, John G. Roberts, Jr., who will administer the presidential oath of office. Everyone, please stand.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the office of President of the United States
the office of President of the United States
and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend
the
Constitution of the United States.
the Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
What a great honor to be able to introduce for the first time ever anywhere the 45th President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump.
Did I get that one right, Tony?
Chief Justice Roberts, President Carter, President Clinton, President Bush, President Obama, fellow Americans, and people of the world, thank you. We, the citizens of America, are now joined in a great national effort to rebuild our country and restore its promise for all of our people. Together, we will determine the course of America and the world for many, many years to come. We will face challenges. We will confront hardships, but we will get the job done. Every 4 years, we gather on these steps to carry out the orderly and peaceful transfer of power. And we are grateful to President Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama for their gracious aid throughout this transition. They have been magnificent. Thank you. Today's ceremony, however, has very special meaning, because today we are not merely transferring power from one administration to another or from one party to another, but we are transferring power from Washington, D.C. and giving it back to you, the people. For too long, a small group in our nation's capital has reaped the rewards of government while the people have borne the cost. Washington flourished, but the people did not share in its wealth. Politicians prospered, but the jobs left and the factories closed. The establishment protected itself, but not the citizens of our country. Their victories have not been your victories. Their triumphs have not been your triumphs. And while they celebrated in our nation's capital, there was little to celebrate for struggling families all across our land. That all changes starting right here and right now, because this moment is your moment. It belongs to you. It belongs to everyone gathered here today and everyone watching all across America. This is your day. This is your celebration. And this, the United States of America, is your country. What truly matters is not which party controls our government, but whether our government is controlled by the people. January 20th, 2017 will be remembered as the day the people became the rulers of this nation again. The forgotten men and women of our country will be forgotten no longer. Everyone is listening to you now. You came by the tens of millions to become part of a historic movement the likes of which the world has never seen before. At the center of this movement is a crucial conviction that a nation exists to serve its citizens. Americans want great schools for their children, safe neighborhoods for their families, and good jobs for themselves. These are just and reasonable demands of righteous people and a righteous public. But for too many of our citizens, a different reality exists. Mothers and children trapped in poverty in our inner cities, rusted out factories scattered like tombstones across the landscape of our nation, an education system flush with cash, but which leaves our young and beautiful students deprived of all knowledge. And the crime, and the gangs, and the drugs that have stolen too many lives and robbed our country of so much unrealized potential. This American carnage stops right here and stops right now. We are one nation, and their pain is our pain. Their dreams are our dreams, and their success will be our success. We share one heart, one home, and one glorious destiny. The oath of office I take today is an oath of allegiance to all Americans. For many decades, we've enriched foreign industry at the expense of American industry, subsidized the armies of other countries while allowing for the very sad depletion of our military. We've defended other nations' borders while refusing to defend our own. And spent trillions and trillions of dollars overseas while America's infrastructure has fallen into disrepair and decay. We've made other countries rich while the wealth, strength, and confidence of our country has dissipated over the horizon. One by one, the factories shuttered and left our shores, with not even a thought about the millions and millions of American workers that were left behind. The wealth of our middle class has been ripped from their homes and then redistributed all across the world. But that is the past, and now we are looking only to the future. We assembled here today are issuing a new decree to be heard in every city, in every foreign capital, and in every hall of power. From this day forward, a new vision will govern our land. From this day forward, it's going to be only America first. America first. Every decision on trade, on taxes, on immigration, on foreign affairs will be made to benefit American workers and American families. We must protect our borders from the ravages of other countries making our products, stealing our companies, and destroying our jobs. Protection will lead to great prosperity and strength. I will fight for you with every breath in my body, and I will never, ever let you down. America will start winning again, winning like never before. We will bring back our jobs. We will bring back our borders. We will bring back our wealth. And we will bring back our dreams. We will build new roads and highways and bridges and airports and tunnels and railways all across our wonderful nation. We will get our people off of welfare and back to work, rebuilding our country with American hands and American labor. We will follow two simple rules: buy American and hire American. We will seek friendship and goodwill with the nations of the world, but we do so with the understanding that it is the right of all nations to put their own interests first. We do not seek to impose our way of life on anyone, but rather to let it shine as an example. We will shine for everyone to follow. We will reinforce old alliances and form new ones and unite the civilized world against radical Islamic terrorism, which we will eradicate completely from the face of the earth. At the bedrock of our politics will be a total allegiance to the United States of America. And through our loyalty to our country, we will rediscover our loyalty to each other. When you open your heart to patriotism, there is no room for prejudice. The Bible tells us how good and pleasant it is when God's people live together in unity. We must speak our minds openly, debate our disagreements honestly, but always pursue solidarity. When America is united, America is totally unstoppable. There should be no fear. We are protected, and we will always be protected. We will be protected by the great men and women of our military and law enforcement. And most importantly, we will be protected by God. Finally, we must think big and dream even bigger. In America, we understand that a nation is only living as long as it is striving. We will no longer accept politicians who are all talk and no action, constantly complaining but never doing anything about it. The time for empty talk is over. Now arrives the hour of action. Do not allow anyone to tell you that it cannot be done. No challenge can match the heart and fight and spirit of America. We will not fail. Our country will thrive and prosper again. We stand at the birth of a new millennium, ready to unlock the mysteries of space, to free the earth from the miseries of disease, and to harness the energies, industries, and technologies of tomorrow. A new national pride will stir our souls, lift our sights, and heal our divisions. It's time to remember that old wisdom our soldiers will never forget, that whether we are black or brown or white, We all bleed the same red blood of patriots. We all enjoy the same glorious freedoms, and we all salute the same great American flag. And whether a child is born in the urban sprawl of Detroit or the windswept plains of Nebraska, they look up at the same night sky, they fill their heart with the same dreams, and they are infused with the breath of life by the same Almighty Creator. So to all Americans in every city, near and far, small and large, from mountain to mountain, from ocean to ocean, hear these words: you will never be ignored again. Your voice, your hopes, and your dreams will define our American destiny. And your courage and goodness and love will forever guide us along the way. Together, we will make America strong again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And yes, together, we will make America great again. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you. God bless America.
This time, I call on Rabbi Marvin Heyer, Reverend Franklin Graham, and Bishop Wayne T. Jackson to provide readings and the benediction.
Eternal God, bless President Donald J. Trump and America, our great nation. Guide us to remember the words of the psalmist, who may dwell on your holy mountain, one who does what is right and speaks the truth, who knows that when you eat the labor of your hands, you are praiseworthy, that he who sows in tears shall reap in joy, because the freedoms we enjoy are not granted in perpetuity, but must be reclaimed by each generation. As our ancestors have planted for us, so we must plant for others. While it is not for us to complete the task, neither are we free to desist from them. Dispense justice for the needy and the orphan, for they have no one but their fellow citizens. And because a nation's wealth is measured by her values and not by her vaults, bless all of our allies around the world who share our beliefs. By the rivers of Babylon, we wept as we remembered Zion. If I forget thee, O Jerusalem, may my right hand forget its skill. The doer of all these shall never falter. May the days come soon when justice will dwell in the wilderness and righteousness will abide in the fertile fields, and the work of righteousness will be peace, quietness, and confidence forever. Amen.
Mr. President, in the Bible, rain is a sign of God's blessing. And it started to rain, Mr. President, when you came to the platform. And it's my prayer that God will bless you, your family, your administration, and may He bless America. The passage of Scripture comes from 1 Timothy chapter 2. I urge then, first of all, that petitions, prayers, intercession, and thanksgiving be made for all people, for kings, for all those in authority, that we may live peaceful and quiet lives in all godliness and holiness. This is good, and it pleases God our Savior, who wants all people to be saved and come to a knowledge of the truth. For there is one God and one mediator between God and mankind, the man Christ Jesus, who gave himself as a ransom for all people. Now to the King eternal, immortal, invisible, the only God, be honor and glory forever and ever. In Jesus' name, amen.
We thank you, Father, for letting us share this great moment together. Let us not take for granted the air we breathe or the life you've given us. We were all created by you with one blood, all nations to dwell upon this land together. We're not enemies, but brothers and sisters. We're not adversaries, but we're allies. We're not foes, but we're friends. Let us be healed by the power of your love and united by the bond of your spirit. Today, we pray for our 45th president, the vice president, and their families, and give them the wisdom to guide this great nation, the strength to protect it, and the hands to heal it. We bless President Donald J. Trump. We ask that you give him the wisdom of Solomon, the vision of Joseph, and the meekness of Christ. Solomon, who kept peace among many nations, Joseph, who dreamt better for the people, and Christ, who accepted us all. O Lord, mend our hearts and stitch together the fabric of this great country in the spirit of the legendary gospel songwriter Mahalia Jackson. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe the Lord will see us through. I do believe we are on our way to victory. I do believe we will walk hand in hand. I do believe we shall live in peace. I do believe. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe America we shall overcome. May the Lord bless and keep America, make his face shine upon us, and be gracious unto us, and give us peace. In the mighty name of Jesus, amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jackie Ivanko, accompanied by the President's own United States Marine Band. Please stand for the singing of the national anthem.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous light. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the and the home of the brave.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing while the President and official party depart the platform. You will be released by sections shortly.
Congratulations.
I don't do anything now. I'm going to keep you. Good luck. Enjoy.
All right, we're back with you here live on ABC 15 Facebook page and ABC15.com and ABC15 mobile.
And YouTube.
And YouTube. Sorry, I forgot your YouTube
Please
friends.
don't exclude my YouTube.
We're with you here. Obviously, we just watched, it's official, President Donald Trump. We no longer say President-elect anymore. It is President Donald Trump. It's official.
And it's an ABC News reporting President Trump's official bio and portrait now on the White House website.
So Kenzie's going to work on grabbing a picture of that.
Yeah, but why don't you tell them about all of your Twitter? You were doing some Twitter investigating.
Yeah, so I was already looking to see, if you go on right now to @POTUS, you can see Donald Trump's official White House photo. We'll show that to you in a couple seconds here. But if you go to the POTUS page right now on Twitter, he does not have any tweets at all. They wiped it clean. Twitter did, I should say. So if you go to the POTUS right now, 3.8 million followers and 0 tweets. So we'll see how fast that changes or how fast he tweets. We're going to show that to you real quick. So POTUS is there. You can see that official picture of Donald Trump. And then all of the previous tweets from former President Obama, that's now under POTUS 44. And then Melania Trump is now on Twitter, and she has the FLOTUS handle, of course. So we're still looking at pictures right now. Everyone's going to be exiting. You can see John Boehner right there as we show you former President Obama's Twitter. And there's Hillary Clinton leaving right now. So right now,
giving a hug to W right there.
Yeah. So right now, what we're expecting is, once everyone starts to leave the Capitol grounds, we are expecting the parade to begin here, let's say probably within the next half hour or so.
And if you watched the entire ceremony, and I'll put this in the lower third, tell us what Trump said or what anyone said throughout the ceremony that meant the most to you? What did you take away from any of the speeches or prayer you heard today? We'd love your feedback.
Yeah, me and Kinsey are gonna make sure that we monitor those comments. It's like we mentioned before. I think regardless of your political affiliation, this was such a moment to watch. We have all these presidents who you have seen here today. At some points, I guess the best word to put is speechless, because seeing all these political powers all in one spot is quite the sight to see. We're watching Elizabeth Warren walk out of here right now. But for me, the speech, I think it ended on the note that we thought a lot of people thought it was going to end on. He ended on, we are going to make America great again, which is clearly has been his trademark or motto, I guess you could say, throughout his campaign for the past
it feels like 2 years.
So.
Yeah.
So right now we're just going to watch sort of everybody leave the ceremony, and we are expecting the parade to start here next half hour or so, which we'll bring to you live. I should mention we will have to, just due to some Facebook rules and regulations, we will have to go ahead and put on a new Facebook Live, but we'll go ahead and let you know when you have to sort of refresh your page and get that live look. But that's not right now. I just want to keep you updated on that. But you can see, people still trying to get those last minute photos. These are the folks that have been out here for hours beforehand. They got their tickets, they've been on the National Mall, and they are still trying to get those last minute photos. It was interesting, it rained. We're talking about how great the weather was, and then it rained for a little bit right when President Trump took that stage.
And Franklin Graham saying that was a sign that God was there with them, which I thought was interesting. And then right when he said that, they cut to the Trump family, and they were clearly moved by those comments. Bernie Sanders, Senator Bernie Sanders, I still haven't seen John McCain, but some of you told us that he was sitting next to Bernie Sanders, so we'll keep an eye out for him while...
There's a spot of Green Bay Packers out there, Green Bay Packers represented.
And then Kellyanne's beautiful red hat.
Kellyanne's
Happy
hat.
birthday. She's with Dan Scavino, Donald Trump's social media manager.
Yeah, I didn't know that until today. I didn't know that it was it was her birthday today. So
Yeah.
that's pretty probably the best birthday she's had in quite a while, if not the best.
In 50 years.
Yeah, happy 50th birthday to Kellyanne. But right now, we're just going to let you watch sort of everybody exiting. Our cameras are going to make sure that we catch those notable figures leaving, and we'll obviously be on the parade route. I do know we have another feed that we're looking at on Kinsey on HD Router 1. I believe President Obama and President Trump should be exiting.
Yeah, there it is. They gave it to us on the other feed.
Yeah, so that's them exiting right there. You can
Mike
see
Pence, Joe Biden. Oh, what a beautiful view.
So we do know at this point, I don't know exactly Biden's plans, but I know Obama will be leaving Washington with his family and actually heading towards the West Coast, heading not really to our neck of the woods, but in our area, Palm Springs, California.
He's looking for warmer weather is what you're trying to say.
It's rainy out here today.
Yeah.
It's rainy in the west, but he'll be heading to Palm Springs, California, and from there, it really is the handoff for President Trump.
What do you say we head on over to the other camera where we see Paul Ryan standing there?
Yeah, there we go.
One comment I saw, I apologize that it's moved so quickly that I couldn't see your name, but discussing their favorite part of the speech or quote was that this was our country. Nancy Pelosi. Is that Valerie Jarrett in red? I can't see that. I can't see her face.
So we're expecting President Trump and Obama to be walking down these stairs here momentarily, and I think from what I've read and what I can imagine is President Trump will go ahead and sort of say his farewells to Obama, and then from there, Obama leaves town, and sort of the inauguration party continues for the day as we take a live look at Paul Ryan standing there on the steps.
You have to imagine Paul Ryan is having a good day as well. He has become so prominent within the Republican Party that you almost forget that he ran for vice president with Mitt Romney.
And there we are. There's President Trump with Obama, and right behind them is Vice President Pence and Biden. So we're going to watch them walk over to the helicopter, and from there, I'm not sure exactly how Obama will meet up with Michelle and everything like that, but from there they will be leaving Washington.
I love watching them talk. That is so interesting to me. They're both smiling.
And there's Melania. Oh, there's Michelle right there. So everyone's back together. Everyone's there.
Crisis averted.
There we go. Then we're there.
I thought it was sweet that she just held that man's hand too.
And then there's So this is this moment right here. This is the last time that really the 8 of them will be together for quite some time. But we don't,
I just think that we've not been informed very much of what the plans are after this, but we know that both plan to stay in D.C. Obama has stressed several times that he, is going to be an active just citizen of the United States, that he's going to continue to fight for what he believes in. And in regards to VP Joe Biden, VP 44, now on Twitter, I think that we're going to continue to see him involved in health and cancer-related, he's going to be heavily involved in trying to find a cure and fundraising and studies involving the research for cancer due to the devastating loss of Beau. A lot of people, though, on our Facebook page congratulating President Trump.
President Trump and Obama watching as Biden and Pence leave the area. What do you think they're talking about right now?
He was just like, don't worry, you get your own car. I could just watch them talk and just internalize everything I think that they're saying forever. It all does seem very choreographed, though, because as that car takes off, you see President 44 and President 45 approach for their vehicles. I do look forward to talking to some people that were actually in the area to get a sense of what the energy was. If it was positive, if it was, was it yucky because of the rain, or were you not even bothered by it because of the hype?
It didn't look like it was raining too much, just while.
I did see Hillary Clinton get out her poncho. Both Hillary and Laura were in their ponchos.
There were some umbrellas and ponchos, but luckily it didn't rain too much. January in D.C. it's a pretty toss-up. You could have rain, you could have snow, but luckily the weather looks pretty good today. As we watch President Trump and Obama walk towards the helicopter, and Trump will give that farewell.
I'm going to give him a closer look here. Oh, he said you're a great man. Did you see that? Isn't it weird that, I mean, it's honestly teaching us a lesson that people can go from what appears to be enemies headed out to Palm Springs. Are they going to Palm Springs right now? Or do they go after the parade? I think they go right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to take a helicopter to Palm Springs, but they'll go
Well, no,
on
I'm
a
just
plane
saying,
from
I
there.
think that's, I don't know if they're going to the parade.
No,
but
they're getting right out of town.
to people, to see people that just really, you could tell that there was severe issue with one another, to now, you can tell that they sincerely enjoy, like they are kind to each other.
Yeah, I mean, everything that we have heard, in the past month or so has been this. Obama and President Trump have really, talked on the phone at great length, and have, there's a sense that Obama has really lent out a helping hand to make sure that this transition has gone smoothly. Not just Obama, but his entire team. And I think that shows a great, like you were saying, Kinsey, a great sincerity to this country, and that too, you might be on two opposite ends of the political spectrum, but you're looking out for the greater good of the country here. So
Right, when your objective is for the country to succeed, I mean, that you have a great moral compass. And Palm Springs it is. They have a saguaro hotel there, like the one we have in Scottsdale, and it is beautiful. I imagine that he has perhaps a much more upscale situation in Palm Springs.
Yes, yeah.
But Palm Springs is a very unique, beautiful city that he's going to enjoy without a doubt.
President Trump waving goodbye right now to Obama right there, and Michelle Obama. They're both waving goodbyes. We're watching the helicopter sort of get the propellers working, and try and leave Washington. And this is really we saw the signal of power being transferred, and they're obviously doing the swearing in, but this really feels like the moment here where Obama leaves town, and this is President Trump's now.
Cindy Lee saying, this is awesome. We are lucky now because we have so many different outlets where we can watch. Again, this is tradition. This is a lot of these things that we're seeing. These ceremonies are historic and tradition to the presidency and to Washington, D.C., but we really weren't that privy to this.
Right.
To all of this. Thanks to social media, Facebook, and I know Twitter streamed the inauguration. Thanks to these tools, we're allowed much better access to these events and can experience them and enjoy them far more than we could in the past. That's a great shot. Look at that.
And from here, Obama will go ahead and leave D.C. from what we're being told and head right to Palm Springs, California, where I'm not sure exactly what his plans are from here. We haven't been told.
Well, there's a lot of golfing in
I'm
Palm
sure there'll be some golf. Sure, there'll be some golf, but we're expecting, at least in D.C. right now, to have this parade that's going to start here in a little bit. And like I said, here in about 15 minutes or so, that parade should start. We're going to have to go sort of switch our Facebook feed just due to some Facebook regulations. and but we'll let you know when you need to refresh your page. But we want to hear from you. I mean, what did you think of, what was your favorite quote or favorite moment from the inauguration? You know, like I said, it was very fitting the way that I thought President Trump's inaugural speech ended with, you know, we're going to make America great again, which has obviously been his platform now for, you know, year and a half, 2 years. But we want to hear from you. What sort of stuck out with you? What was a moment that you'll remember? What's a moment that maybe you loved, maybe you didn't like? We want to hear from you. Either side that you're on. So we're going to start reading those comments and see what you think.
I might let you handle that because I might need to. Oh, look at this beautiful shot. I might need to go get our new Facebook Live set up. So many beautiful shots. Now we've got all of these options.
Yeah, so we are standing by right now for the start of the parade. Once that parade begins, we'll watch that with you live.
And I'm wondering how the first family is going to get there.
Senator John McCain. We were looking for him a little bit earlier here. We were told that that he was here, and we see him there for the first time. But we still want to hear from you. What you thought of President Trump's speech? Starting to look at some of the comments here. Right now, this is a reception that we'll see people start going into before that parade actually starts here. Just read some of the comments. This one's from Michael. He said, it's all of our job to make America great again. May God bless our new leader. Put respect back into our leaders to respect it. People of the great USA. Reading a comment from Eldon Campbell. Glad that he put God first. This country was founded on belief in God. Thank you, Mr. President. Maria Parks, she says the best moment today was watching Obama leave for good. Teresa Hackney, sorry if I mispronounced that. Teresa Hackney says, I'm 53 years old and I've never been so excited about a president in my entire life. Thanks for sharing that, Teresa. Pastor says, "Thank you, Jesus, you are back in the White House. Thank you, Mr. President." Thanks to Marina, who just commented. She says, "We the people won today." Sandra, on the other end of the spectrum, says, "From Canada, I've never been so scared." And again, I'm just trying to read all the comments here as we're watching some people funnel into this reception here. Chrissy Johnson says, "We'll never respect this man because of the horrible things he said while running for president. Making fun of disabled people is not okay." Thanks, Chrissy, for sharing your feedback there. Marianne says, "You that wish him to fail, seriously, why would you wish any president to fail? We really are in this together." Nicole, "This country is returned to the American people. Amen by the people, for the people."
Okay, guys, let's load quickly. Let's go, guys. If you're going on the train with us, let's load. Yeah, let's load quickly.
Andy J says, "I'm extremely excited to see this. I truly feel like it's a great day in America. Our military will be great again." So continue to monitor your comments. We're watching Bernie Sanders walk in right now. So there's Bernie. And again, just in a couple minutes here, just based on some Facebook regulations, we're going to have to start a new Facebook Live, but we'll pick up right where we left off. We're expecting the parade to start here pretty shortly, and then we'll get you out to that parade and all the crowds that are outside. But right now, we're sort of watching everybody gather at this ceremony at the Capitol right now as we're watching Bernie Sanders walk in with his wife right there behind him, right next to him. Let me continue to read some of the comments as we watch the ceremony here. Joseph says, "If he means what he says, he will be great again." Let's go ahead. Tracy says, "Brighter days to come. Thank you for putting God first. Let's all work together to make America great again." Some international viewers watching with us. Thanks to Tracy. She says, "Congratulations to you all. Make America great again," from the UK. And again, we're reading all comments here. I'm just trying to get both ends of the spectrum here. Zoila says, "Live America, love America. If you can't join in our celebration, then leave our great nation and don't let the door hit you on the way out." Yep, there we go right there.
Nancy Pelosi, Paul Ryan. You can see. Let's see if we have sound here.
All right, Kinsey here back with you on ABC 15. So to go over what we've experienced so far this morning, and if you missed any of it, you can go back on our Facebook page or our YouTube page. Actually, where is it? I'm going to take you to the president quickly. Or the President 44, Obama, heading to Palm Springs here any moment now. In case you missed it, you can watch it back on our YouTube channel or our Facebook Live video that we just ended. What we have seen so far this morning, President Trump attending a church service. Then he had tea with the Obama family at the White House. The swearing in and inaugural address is what we witnessed a few minutes ago. And where I'm taking you right now, here, is the inaugural luncheon. So after this, there's the military review and the inaugural parade and the Liberty and Freedom and Armed Forces Ball. So a lot of events to look forward to today. Former President Jimmy Carter right there. A lot of events to look forward to today, but we have had a shot pretty steadily of the inaugural luncheon, and I'm sure you're going to see a lot of familiar faces there.
Hey!
courage that's insubordination. I need...
I'm showing you the luncheon shot. Leave us a comment if you see anyone you recognize. I've seen Bernie Sanders multiple times. I think he's the only face that I personally recognize. I recognize that man's face, but I don't. I know I saw him speak at a Republican National Convention. So if you recognize someone, let us know in the comments. The next event is the inaugural luncheon. Former President Bill Clinton.
Hi. So nice to meet you.
Alabama.
Hi. Great to see you. Hi, how are you?
Congressman from Alabama.
Excellent. Good to see you, Congressman.
Thank you.
Bye, Christine.
This is the Obamas at Joint Base Andrews en route to Palm Springs.
be seated.
Hello, everybody. You know, Michelle and I, we've really been milking this goodbye thing. So it behooves me to be very brief. Yes, yes. You know, I've said before, and I will say again, that when we started on this journey, we did so with an abiding faith in the American people and their ability, our ability, to join together and change the country in ways that would make life better for our kids and our grandkids. That change didn't happen from the top down, but it happened from the bottom up. It was met sometimes with skepticism and doubt. Some folks didn't think we could pull it off. There were those who felt that privilege in this country.
Stand up here. Has a good
Willful ignorance to all the challenges that America faces. There was hope in the face of difficulty. Hope in the face of uncertainty. You proved the power of hope. And throughout this process, Michelle and I, we've just been your front men and women. We have been the face, sometimes the voice, out front on the TV screen or in front of the microphone, but this has never been about us. It has always been about you. And then they'll
any place you want.
In the same way that when we talk about our amazing military and our men and women in uniform, the military is not a thing. It's a group of committed patriots willing to sacrifice everything on our behalf. It works only because of the people in it. As cool as the hardware is, and we got cool hardware, as cool as the machines and weapons and satellites are, ultimately it comes down to remarkable people. Some of them a lot closer to Malia's age than mine or Michelle's. Well, the same thing's true for our democracy. Our democracy is not the buildings.
It's not the monuments.
This is for Rex.
It's you.
So he was approved.
Being willing to work. To make being willing to listen to each other, argue with each other, and come together, and knock on doors, and make phone calls, and treat people with respect.
Some letters in your name.
And that doesn't end. This is just a little pit stop. This is not a period, this is a comma in the continuing story of building America. So, to all of you that have put your heart and soul, not just into our campaigns, but into making schools better, making sure our veterans got the care they needed, making sure that we left behind a planet that is safe and secure for our kids, making sure that hardworking people have a ladder of opportunity to support families. For all of you who have just done amazing, remarkable work, most of it unheralded, most of it without fanfare, most of it without you getting any word of thanks. We could not be proud of you. I could not be prouder. This has been the privilege of my life, and I know I speak for Michelle as well. And we look forward to continuing this journey with all of you. And I can't wait to see what you do next. And I promise you I'll be right there. All right? God bless you. Thank you, everybody. Yes, we did. Yes, we can. God bless America.
Depends on the name.
Like Tom Price. Tom Price.
Okay.
But she doesn't get a vote. Look at it, did you get Tom Price? You know, he's going to be terrific, and he's going to get approved, but I'll give you a different one. Come here, I'll give you a lane. Do you want a lane?
Yeah.
Don't worry, Tom is not in
No, Mr. President, Mr. President, the leader wants it.
Yeah, what the leader should have a lane.
That's good. Good idea.
You get Price back.